Oh, these grenades bouncing down. Oh my god. Look at that. It's like artillery barrage. They're throwing smokes up the hill, and more warriors are throwing hand grenades down the hill. Oh no, that molly is very detrimental to their health. Ouch. Oh no, the smokes are dissipating. Drago. Oh, more warriors pulls it out. Drago.
16 first aid kits.
I love it. I love it.
16 first aid kits.
Oh, that's better.
Advisory able to drop him down. SpaceX is here. No! What? Cosmos with that vehicle explosion. Cosmos coming in from behind. Oh my god, this is insane. Daddy Goju now trying to get that pickup on Junie, and the nades are flowing off in the direction. And they do get that thirst off. That nade is bad. They just dropped themselves. Awaken goes down. Madara goes down. Outcast Alpha is down and out. Vincent, the last one alive, fighting it off with Goju, the last one alive. Yeah, and down he goes. Goju with that pre-fire nade. Let's go. That is it for Cosmos as well. Please clip that. Please clip that whole freaking fight.
Okay, let's see. Mic's working. Game audio.
La 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 la.
Pickford is working.
I am working.
Oh, I gotta do something here real quick. I got too many things plugged in here. Display device. Okay, okay, phone. I didn't need to be in the game. Hello?
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 Don't ask me what's going on right now. Anyway, it's Wednesday, so what's going on is OUTcast Scrims. It's a HyperX Scrim Season 2, Wednesday night, TPP. I should have audio when I get back in the room here. Just give me a second. We do have the claw socks we're giving away tonight. We also have a special giveaway Friday, a pair of HyperX Spectre glasses, gaming glasses. There we go. There's the audio. All
I'm
right.
gonna have to check these out because I'm a little ignorant to these things. This is a technology that I've never used much.
Real quick, I just did want to give a shout out to Trick reclaiming the Fragger of the Night on Monday. We'll have to hear from Pickford any highlights from Monday, but right now, let's look at the game. We're traveling down to the ground with OUTcast Scrims. Let me throw the map up here, bottom left for you guys. Looks like the plane path was pretty central as the teams are pretty evenly dispersed around the map. Southeast zone starting out.
It went from the southwest corner all up to through probably Lipovka.
Right, yeah, that's why I see teams all the way up in Kameshki benefiting from that plane path. Yeah, we don't need to be chilling with OUTcast Scrims. Looks like we have Unzipped down in Primorsk. The teams in Primorsk every week just seem to rotate and cycle around, and we never know who we're going to have land there. We do have a very full lobby tonight. Let me go ahead and grab these screenshots right away. Come on, scroll. I do see Aurora is here, but I do know that they, not that they got shy of dropping Primorsk, but a lot of other teams were dropping Primorsk, including Sweats, and I think they just didn't want to deal with that, so they decided to go ahead and drop somewhere else. But now we do have Unzipped and Sweats going at it, and Puddle's going to get the finish on Starlight, Ruthless. And Papazio, in turn, finishes off Haas. So, looks like, did Sweats start with, yeah, Sweats started with only 2 players, so they've lost 50% of their squad. Zio's going to have to pull off a 1v3 here. It looks like he does have an AK with an extended mag and a DP28. He also has level 2 vest and helmet, as we do run the double loot in all these rooms. So he's geared enough to be able to pull it off if he catches a break. I'm not sure where Aurora is, but I do see they're in a fight with Misfire right now. What is going on?
They're done by they're over by Milta, and it looks like 2 of the members of Misfire got separated, Elusive and Ligma, or Elusive and Luigi. So Ligma and Monte are in mini power, and now Mobile Warriors is pushing up on one side.
That is the place where Aurora has been dropping, but Glitchy got a little bit mockingly upset when I mentioned that of exposing their new drop spot. So, we're trying to respect the privacy, I guess. Not really. I don't know. I'm trying to see if Papazio can pull off this 1v3 down here in Primorsk. Let's see, because nothing's going on up in Quarry. Autobots is there. Pachinki looks like Forsaken Gaming's turf.
So, yeah,
OUTcast Alpha dropped at Watertown again. That's kind of a throwback. Yeah, I see this cluster over here by Small Power over east of Milta. Looks like
And then
Aurora's all clustered up in a house. Mobile Warriors to
all
the
of Mobile
north.
Warriors, and then the 2 members of Misfire still in the house. They've lost 1 member from Misfire's lost 2 members. Aurora's lost 1, and Mobile Warrior just kind of pulled up. So the problem is that you have this is an angles issue right here. So if Mobile Warriors, if I was Mobile Warriors, you gotta like kind of push the Misfire. You gotta take out one of these issues at a time. Whenever I feel like there's a 3 squad battle, is whoever's gonna take control of the issue needs to attack one of them and get rid of them. So it's a one squad versus 1 squad. It's usually when none of the squads wants to take control that you end up getting knocks on each other, and it ends up being a game of who can just last the longest.
Looks like Baby is just gonna kind of hold Aurora in place, so they're not going to be able to move freely out of the compounds they're in. And then the rest of Mobile Warriors has a 3v2 on the Misfire squad that's kind of sieged inside of the power plant or whatever, this factory over here.
What's more difficult about there's so many windows, so you get a lot of far range knocks by Aurora, but it's gonna be hard to grenade or get a knock through grenades like that and then push in. You're gonna have to get a regular knock, and with it being TPP, that makes it more difficult because you kind of see where they're at and not have to peek so much to know exactly where they're at. And we have to see off Mobile Warrior how they're gonna push in with Zohan down on one side, and it looks like Devil and Orphan down at the other side of that wall.
Yeah, this could be a situation where Aurora gets a long-range knock and Mobile Warriors is able to capitalize on that because they're actually close enough to push in off that knock. If they recognize that there's only 2 people in there and one gets knocked, they could rush that 3v1. Poppy Zio does take out another unzipped player. I see K9 in the kill feed on the right-hand side. And there we can see what I was saying, Baby kind of taking... I'm going to have to fix my audio here. I don't know. I unplugged this cable to charge my phone, and now it's all unhappy. So yeah, Baby, not a wise dash across the street there.
Ligma turns on the corner and knocks 2 of Mobile Warriors. Not only Zohan's going one up. Baby's dead. Devil and Orphan are both knocked because Ligma took a flanking around him. Now Zohan's the one up there. Ligma though gets knocked himself, so now it's going to be a 1v1 Monty versus Zohan. And this is a perfect time for Aurora. Aurora's kind of, unless they're they're deaf and not watching the kill feed, this is the perfect time for them to kind of make some money in this attack. And Monty then finishes off, so this player finishes off Mobile Warriors with only two members with the help of Aurora. Now Monty's going to get to Ligma, get him picked up before Aurora figures out what's going on. Now, sure, she's moving over there, kind of knows what's going on, probably seeing the kill feed. I was like, wait a minute, I see a lot of people dead over there. That means there's going to be a couple guys left. And we can go over, we've already got 1 kill feed. Let's get healed up and deal with this Misfire team. Now,
yeah, you think hold up in those houses, they'd be able to just listen for the shots, hear the hear the shots and watch the kill feed and kind of have a good idea of what was going on there.
And now they are pushing it now down the other side, but now it's going to be Monty's and Ligma's decision to get out of dodge or to try to take this fight. Ligma's kind of trapped because glitching, and I think when you're going to have that corner beat, since Monty's going to try to push back.
Now the Ligma got a smoke up, and the Aurora came off the corner, and that gave Ligma the opportunity to move into the wall, jump the wall right now. So he's interior, but looks like all of Aurora
although Ligma's going back into the building,
pushed
so
interior
like
as well.
They're going to fight this. They're going to take this fight, which, all right.
It's rough when you have 2 people, because leaving one on that outside wall would have been a great play, but they really can't afford to be that spread.
They're going to have to fight.
OUTcast Scrims just died. I think that was New Hampshire. The great state of New Hampshire got the kill on OUTcast Scrims.
They've been needing some points, so maybe that'll...
Could be the only kill they get, but,
Be. And now look what they're going. Looks like going to the very, very top of the building.
So they got Luxera kind of flanked out on one side, and then Kapu and Glitchy together. Now these are the core like players for Aurora that seem to be consistent. Yo, what's up, Big Red?
Glitchy gets
Oh,
knocked
Glitchy.
out with 1
That
HP.
That's pretty low health right there. Able to get a first aid kit off, and then the Molly was kind of misthrown there by Ligma.
She's
gonna throw a grenade up there. I think she probably
she knows right where he's at. So
could have cooked that one like half a second longer, and maybe would have had a little bit more effect if he didn't have the opportunity to run away.
When you're up on top of that roof like that, you got to get the knock immediately, because they're gonna know exactly where you're at as soon as if you don't, and they're gonna come right back at you with grenades and whatever else they have.
Oh, Monty's gonna be knocked now. Look at him go immediately. Well, okay. They immediately started moving.
Yeah, they should be. They should be pushing right now. And Nick was trying to close quarter with him with a 6x, which by the time he puts in, they're already up my way. So now, when he's in decision, if I'm but you gotta like pretty much.
Aurora just ruthless, gonna finish off Monty, not even give the opportunity. But now Ligma knows he's got nothing else to worry about except himself. I mean, he does have some choke points. Oh! I don't know what he was doing there. You can't climb through these windows with the bars, bro. Like,
I mean, it's a bad time for them to get up there. I don't know, like that whole that they did very, very well with Mobile Warriors taking them out, but I don't understand taking on that 4v2. They had opportunity to get out of there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was a 2v3, not a 2v4, but still,
2v3 fine.
It was a lopsided fight, to be sure. Now, speaking of lopsided fights, Poppy Zio down here in Primorsk has decreased this from a 1v3 to a 1v1 with puddles. And
through that window, by the way.
Huh?
That window that you said
You can't jump through that window.
She just jumped through the window.
What?
I literally just saw her do it.
Hacks. They're hacking.
Hacks. Cheater. No wonder Juke's one of their favorites.
Who jumped through? How do you jump through that window with these
top
bars?
Window up on top? I don't know.
I mean, this one has stairs. You just go right through it. Chat, can you? Is this like how the window at the Pachinki Church used to be, where you could jump through it even though it had bars? But even so, like if you jump through this, you're gonna. Oh, there's a ledge inside of there, so maybe you wouldn't fall.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, that's actually interesting. Yeah, I did not. I haven't really explored the new Milta yet, ever since it kind of got remodeled. So yeah, I don't really know. Maybe you can easily jump through. Well, not so easily. Ligma seemed to have a little bit of trouble with it.
Exactly. And speaking of Sweats has never showed up with a full team in the first match. Most of them showed up with 3 people.
Yeah, I've seen them show up with 1, not for OUTcast or HyperX, but for like Castaway. I've seen them show up with 1, and then do as well as you would expect a solo to do, just kind of middle of the pack, and then they come back in the second, third, and fourth match with 4 players and just kind of run the table.
So on Friday, they spent 145 points and didn't get a win.
I saw that. I watched every second of Friday because I was trying to win that charge play base, and I had like 1 million tickets, and I didn't win. And now they're doing glasses, and I don't have any tickets left.
I don't even know what this is. One thing I don't know, because I use glasses. My eyes are old.
So they're like blue light filter glasses. But the lenses are clear. They're not like blue block or like orange or copper lenses. They look clear, but they block the ultraviolet light. Not visible blue, but like the ultraviolet blue. And you can get them in prescription. Now, the prize isn't going to be a prescription pair, but I do believe there was talk. I don't know that it's confirmed, but there was talk that if the person that won them needed a prescription, that they could basically pay the difference and then get the prescription lenses, or
Wow, that's
or
awesome.
you get the lenses, or you get the glasses and then you can take them to your own eye doctor and have lenses put in. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of options.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
if
don't
you
use
have
glasses,
prescription
I'll use
glasses,
them.
you probably already know what you need to do to get lenses.
So they go seat up, Brownie next season, maybe, further up, so goggles. But speaking of sweats, big thing was on Monday, they came in 8th place after dominating 3 matches in a row.
So when I saw Trick got Fragger of the Night Monday, I was wondering, because I did not have a chance to watch anything on Monday. I was my kid has been home from school, quarantined.
Oh, because they
Okay.
got exposed?
Yeah, because a classmate was positive. We actually had him tested yesterday, and he was negative. But the reason we had him tested is because he had a very low fever, and then he was complaining his throat hurt. So he has strep, but he doesn't have COVID.
Oh.
So like how are you home for a week and then you get strep, but you're COVID free? Like, what is happening?
No one cared. Like, I got sick a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't COVID, and no one gave a crap.
Now hold on,
COVID.
he's 8, and the nurses
Strep
cared.
throat is the worst.
The nurses cared.
I had strep throat a lot when I was a kid, and man, that hurts a lot. Strep throat is miserable.
Yeah, he doesn't ever seem to well, maybe just to me, he thinks he's got to be tough.
Yeah.
But he tells Mom that his throat hurts, and he tells me he feels good. So I'm like,
Of course, he's like, I'm fine, Pops.
and then so I'm home with him all day, and then my wife is like, why didn't you know his throat hurt? I'm like, I literally ask him how he feels, and I take his temperature twice a day, and because we have to fill out a thing for the county, and he always tells me he feels fine, he feels good, everything's great, and then at night he tells Mom his throat hurts.
You can't complain to Dad. You gotta be tough for Dad.
I guess.
Hurts.
I don't know.
That's how it's been.
Well, probably because I'll tell him to rub some dirt on it and harden up.
That's right.
And Mom will be like,
right.
"Oh, come." She'll buy him ice cream. Is probably the real reason. Yeah.
You gotta get those popsicles to cool down those tonsils.
He's a lime sherbet type of guy.
That's skills that
All right, so back to the game. We do have
well.
19 teams left. Not to get too
It's
distracted.
right back, and I'm surprised nobody.
As much as I like hanging out with you and just talking about random whatever, the viewers probably prefer maybe
Well, you know what we're gonna do?
to hear more about the
game.
game.
I've been trying to get sweats on gaffing off. So after match 1, this is gaffing off match 1. We're gonna sit down and we're just gonna talk about some of the myriad of stats that Bliss has turned down for us. We kind of go through all these little intricacies and stats that I have, and we can really see if they matter or what they mean, and what do you think about them?
Do we not have SpaceX Red after match 1?
We have hold on, it's
SpaceX Red.
I didn't write that down. I didn't put that. We put
Hold on. Am I looking at old information? Oh.
It is Snuggles
what?
after Bravo after match 2 and Embassy after match 3.
So that was Monday. Monday was SpaceX Red. I should look at the dates on these messages.
It's okay.
Because what happened was I saw it about Snuggles after match 2, so I was like, okay, that's cool. So then I just scrolled up to where it said match 1, and I put the logo in, I put the name in, I did all this stuff, and then we're not even going to talk to SpaceX Red. Okay, well, we'll catch up with them at another time. So we'll go over some other stats. I do just want to touch real quick on the sweats thing. So I'm pretty sure they're playing another scrim at 7. So that's why I think they don't come in with their full team in the first match. They just can't get out of one and into the other. You didn't notice that you were getting rushed by 3 people, Ligma? Ligma needs a new pair of HyperX headphones, I think is what he's trying to say. Boys and girls, get you some Cloud Alpha.
I'll give you a little behind the scenes.
He's deaf in one ear?
In the Misfire Discord, they're like, what do we... The name of this game, they're arguing about the name of this game is placement points. Not, pardon my language, not trying to use, what is biggest. Why are we taking fights that are 2 or 3 that early in a match when we're trying to get placement? Which, That's what every team should do. What our team does is when you don't have the finish you want, you go back and say, why did we do that? Why did we decide this, and that? And let's improve for the next match. So, and that's one of the big things is, yes, it wasn't 2v3, it wasn't a huge match. You want to take that risk with 21 teams left and you have one placement point.
Goose, this is a disgusting place that you have found for yourself.
Goose. Oh, let me see.
This is nuts. Like, how did you even land there? Like, how did... I guess you could kinda...
And it got the new sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, she just dropped somebody with it. That's all I find on this map anymore. I tried for 3 hours to get a Car 98 kill on this map, and then finally realized that they like removed 99% of the Car 98s and replaced them with the Mosin. The Mosin Nagant. It's a nice rifle. So my initial assumption after using it was confirmed by the Bushka that it's basically a Car 98 but with M24 like stats. Like, well, it has Car 98 damage but M24 bullet speed. And then obviously it takes its top load and it takes the bullet loops. There's no magazine. So it's basically a Car 98 but with a faster, higher velocity bullet, the same velocity as an M24. So you don't have quite as much drop. Ooh, New Hampshire, they horsepower got a second kill and it was on Poppy Zio. So Sweats is going to be out of this in 19th place.
Well, and I tell you what, let me check my horsepower was number 4 overall in the Spud Muffin competition. So that's good for him to get a kill.
Well, he's putting himself out of that competition right now, I think.
I like that. Good job, horsepower, to get himself out of that 4th place. You had a 9-match streak without a kill, so he's off that.
But here's a question I have going back to Ligma, right? So he's on this roof that only has one way to get up there, and he didn't notice that they were coming from that one way. He only had one place he needed to look.
Yes. And then
where was he looking?
He was trying to get through the window.
Can you climb through that window, Ligma? I mean, it looked like you were trying to climb through a window that was all bars, but apparently you can climb through it, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, I mean, literally, after, almost as an insult, I think Glitchy jumped through the window that he tried to, right away.
Dude, you know when I land in Pachinki and I try to, get in a window, I jump, 4 times right in front of the window.
Me too.
And then I just run around the house and go in the door. I'm like, what the heck?
One thing that took me a while to learn, this is no joke, it's the difference between the grab in, jump in window, and this jump button. There's 2 different ones. It took me, when that first came out, that difference between the 2 jump buttons.
Yeah.
And so now using the proper jump button, that's a lot better than the down button.
So I had mine separated for a second, and then I couldn't figure it out either, so I just put it back to the way it was. Not that I couldn't figure it out, but it didn't do what I thought it would do. I thought it was supposed to give you the ability to vault without jumping.
Yeah.
So it would be better. So I thought it would be better. I thought it would be better for going in Windows, because instead of jumping, it would just be a vault button. But it's like an if-then. So, it will vault, but if there's no vault because you're, half a degree off the angle of the window, then it makes you jump anyway. So I was like, well, that's dumb. It's doing the same thing.
There's something about this jumping
nice
straight
shots
up
there from Brownie. Dang.
Into the window.
That iPad has 0 recoil. Dang.
I'll tell you what, the best thing that guy did was go back to the whole team turned around. They went from a 12th-place team to now they're currently in 7th place.
When Brownie stopped using the phone?
Well, I'm not saying it's a direct correlation, but they got a lot better when the team scored a lot better when he stopped using the phone.
I don't know what phone he was using.
I think it was an 11.
Oh, I mean, that's a decent enough. It's not like he was trying to use an iPhone 5 or something.
But you gotta understand that Browning's 6'6", so he has giant Shrek hands. So he needs much space again.
I heard that, I think, but I wouldn't know.
These teams,
there's another Mosin. Slayer got a knock with the Mosin. think that should be one of your questions for every player in an interview is, what do they think of that new Mosin? Trick is knocked.
All right.
Where did that happen at?
All right, that will be my question. I'll ask also tonight, and I'll put that as my question to my list.
I mean, especially if it's a player that is known for, you know, sniping anyway. You know, there's some players probably just wouldn't pick it up regardless if it was a gold-plated Harley Davidson or something.
I have a gold-plated car 9 skin.
Oh, that's Misfire Baby. I'm like, Goose, how are you asking me about the giveaway when I'm watching you shoot somebody? That's the other baby. Claw socks tonight because it's Wednesday and that's all they ever let me give away is claw socks. So
I told Duke that and he laughed.
He's like, yeah, that's probably why you wanted Friday. He's like, yeah, all the good giveaways are going to be on Friday. Literally every Friday they have like a $60, $70, $80 thing to give away. Like those glasses are, I don't know which, I'd have to check the model, but I think the cheapest pair is like 60. And then there's like a $60 pair, $70 pair, and maybe like an $80 pair. And then you go through the whole thing of adding the prescription lenses and all that, and then they come to like $300, you know? Like, if you want anti-glare, anti-fog coating, and, you know.
That's one thing I like about the HyperX stuff, is that whatever you have to spend, especially with headphones, you know, there's a price point there. And no matter what your price point is, you're going to get quality.
Yeah, definitely.
You may not get as many bells and whistles if you buy the $70. But I'll tell you what, that I really made out with that 40% off Valentine's Day. So I bought a brand new set of headphones for myself and for my son, and some other stuff. And it was, 40% off is a lot.
I mean, yeah, that's a considerable discount.
So now, I mean, that's really, I'm very happy with
basically half
and it wasn't like it was like 4 things. It was like 90% of all the items. Like, we have very few of the things I would never need, like the streamer stuff, like the boards and stuff like that, or whatever, that I don't really know what they're even for. But we're still normal price. Everything else that a normal person would need, like even my microphones, headphones, all that stuff, it was off. And also, I was telling you for that, if you have an Apple product, you need to go to that mobile gaming core and just look at all the weird things they have for Apple products. Like
weird.
Just look. I mean, just like things never knew existed. Like super duper.
So you play on an iPad, right?
Yeah.
You should try one of their iPad screen protectors.
Yeah, I know. And then when I do, I always look at it just the other day. And when I do, you know what I do? I put the code Nick in there to get extra 10% off.
That is 100% correct. Clark Dragoon is a huge fan of that iPad screen protector from MGC.
Yeah, I like that. Just so many different Apple products. Like, grab if you're not using gaming, just for like various protection and like how to hold it. I just think it's really genius. They made the decision to really go with Apple products. Because, you know, the controls that come out the same no matter what we're current. With its curved screen, it's a lot harder. Plus, there's so many different models.
Yeah. They
It's just like, I mean, I'm surprised there's anyone left. Everyone's just fighting in every direction.
Mommy iOS, that's a name I haven't seen in a minute.
That's right, Mama. She came back and played for last season for Metaphor. Metaphor has been killing it. They are currently in 5th place. And remember, this is a team that when I started here over a year ago, they were kind of like a team that was like 15th and 20th every week. BBC was a really good player, and it was pretty much how like Trickets looked at with Forsaken, but like a B level. And they have just gotten better and better and better and better. And now they are legit a top 5 team. And you know, it's the majority of the same place. Yes, they have Mommy in it, but they still have BBC, they still have Real Deal, they still have FP. Interview them on what are they doing? That's how they you don't see the same place.
That's a
better,
good
better,
try there from Mommy iOS. It's like, what are you gonna do? Oh, you know what? I never turned my screen share on for you. I had like 1,000 things I was trying to get rolling here. There you go. There you go. That could be helpful. So Thirst for Points with 5 kills. They got all 4 players up. Still no sign of, what's her name? Did she play Samson? Did she play?
No, she doesn't play in the minute. She didn't play on Monday either. I don't know why. I'll tell you what, Samson. If they don't want you to want to play you, I know what team's gonna take you right now. I'm just saying.
He's got the checkbook out. Deals are being made.
Oh boy. I mean, she is start on any team with this. I don't care who you are. In my opinion.
All right, 3 teams left. It looks like Thirst for Points, OUTcast Alpha, and maybe OUTcast Bravo. Zeo is pushing hard right now. He's getting the knocks. Kale down. Looks like Sarge is the last one up, and he's got like no health. Oh, and he catches a grenade as he's trying to get that first aid kit off. So I'm sorry, it's SpaceX in Thirst for Points. OUTcast Bravo must have gone out in 4th place.
Yeah. The number 2 teams. They have Thirst for Points is only, after this long, only 5 points behind SpaceX in the overall standings. And they've been going back and forth.
SpaceX went back to first after.
Yeah, SpaceX is first place with 297 points. Thirst for Points is second with 292. But right there,
yeah,
like T for P.
Yeah, they did have the 4v2, so that was and no real cover to speak of.
And look at OUTcast Alpha, not only with a high finish, but look at them getting a bunch of kills too. So congratulations to them. That's gonna really help them out.
Yeah, so Thirst for Points ends up with 12 kills and the first chicken dinner of this Wednesday night. So congrats to them. Looks like Dodger, what's his name? Duke's favorite player, I think. I'm not sure if it's Dodger or Sarge. I don't know which one is his favorite.
It's Dodger because Dodger's the captain of the standings team. Because we always complain about how bad they are.
Gotcha. So there, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Duke. 4 kills and the chicken dinner, 12 kills for the team. And yeah, it's a battle between Tap and SpaceX for sure. SpaceX only had 4 kills. I think they lost a couple players really early and then had to play pretty conservatively. I did see Junie pop in the kill feed a few times, and you can see there he does have 3 kills. OUTcast Alpha, as you said, Brownie back on the iPad, and OUTcast Alpha back up into 3rd place in this match. Kale, though, leading the charge with 6 kills. They had 12, so they matched Tap for kill count, and they came in 3rd place. OUTcast Bravo is the 4th place finisher. Men of 4 in 5th. Aurora made it all the way to 6th place after we watched that fight early on over at Milta Power. And Ghost Melee Elite in 7th. I'm going to grab these screenshots.
Wow, good for them.
And scroll through the rest. I don't want to take the time, unfortunately, and read through. So if you want your team called out, place in the top 7.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
That's all there is to it.
Since I'm not doing this, I'll do that. In 7th, Ghost Melee Elite. Ghost Melee Elite out of the top 20. So kudos to them for getting a top 10 finish, number 8. The Embassy, also another team outside of the top 20. So them getting an 8th place, which is great. For saying Gaming Alpha, or normal team at 9th. 10th is, I think just for fun, with 2 kills. Number 11 is SpaceX Red. Number 12, Autobots. 13, Meeseeks with Bruce, Lux, and Savage. So 2 great players. 14th, 10 HP. 15th, the great city of New Hampshire. 16th, Unzipped XL. 17th, we have Forsaken Gaming Red. 18th, Tequila Shot. So that's obviously going to do good for them. They're going to have to step it up if they're going to do better. The team currently in 4th place, coming in 18th, the first match. 19th, the 2 members of Sweats. 20th, Men of 4 Bravo. 21st, Misfire. 22nd, 4 Obita Men. 23rd, the OUTcast Scrims dude. And in last place, 24th place, Mobile Warriors with 0 kills for the top 24 teams after match 1 in Erangel. But as I said once, I've said it a million times, I don't really worry about scores until after Erangel. That's what tells me what I think is the scoop about what's going on, because he did do great in the first match. We'll see what happens in the second.
Yeah, speaking of scores, here's the other reason I don't go down the entire list. I need to get off this screen so I can upload these screenshots. So we're going to go to an ad, and we'll be back in just a quick bit. And we're going to go on a deep dive with Pickford and his book of stats.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're back. I need to hide my screen so I can get into the room. So let me do that right quick. So what do you got for us to talk about, Mr. Pickford?
Let's just talk about the overall, like season 1 versus season 2. As you know, in season 1 we had a total of 81 different teams played at least one match in the scrims. This season so far, with more than halfway through, we're halfway through week 5. Am I correct? Yeah, halfway through week 5.
Seems correct.
Yeah, that we've only had 36 total teams. So less teams have played in every single match.
That's got to make it a little bit more convenient for all the scorekeepers trying to keep the spreadsheets in order.
Exactly, but it's also, but we've had about the same amount of teams that have played all the matches, which is 13. So what was the problem we're having is we're not having as many teams shuffling and stuff. We're having maybe the same 12 to 20 teams come in and out, but only before we'd have a lot of teams that show up for one match and never show up again. We had a lot of one scrim teams in season 1, where we're having less of that. We're having teams that maybe only play Monday, only play Wednesday, only play Friday, only play a couple of weeks. But very few are we having a team that just shows up for one match and then we never see them again. We have had, in season 1, we had 811 total players. So far in season 2, we've had 331 individual players play so far. Of those 331, 267 out of 331 have gotten at least one kill. That leaves us with 64 players out of the 331 who have gotten, which I think is a pretty good, 27 out of 331 is pretty good cross spread of talent. If that many people are getting kills, obviously you always hear about the tricks and the Legatos, those guys, and those guys getting multiple kills, but other people are getting the kills out there. You're not just dying to the same people. And
Right.
And of all those 331 people, only 5 have played every single match so far.
Well, those are the gladiators, the Iron Men, if you will.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
what you just said goes
Calrissians.
back to something that I've been noticing and saying, and almost even back to season 1, but even more so here in season 2. There's not a single team on here that you would realize it's them and say, okay, full send, 4v4, just crash, because any of these teams is a adversary, an opponent that you shouldn't take lightly.
because C-Dub did the stream on Monday, and you run into a misfire. You run into say a New Hampshire. You're going in there, and every team's gonna take a pound of flesh from you. Are they gonna take one of your players? Are they gonna take two? Yes, you might win. And you say, I'm gonna win this team, but how many of your players are you gonna lose? And is it worth 2 points early in the morning, early in the match? When you only
Not early in the morning.
No, thank you. Or you can only have 3 or 2 players for the rest of the match. I mean, I think you saw right in the beginning, Mobile Warriors and Misfire got into it right off the bat. The Mobile Warriors guy finished off. Misfire lost 2 players, and Aurora lost one of their players. So yes, Aurora was able to clutch it out to the top 10, but all those 3 teams all got into it first thing, and all of them, either got totally eliminated or cost them players. And do you want to get into that in the first circle, or do you want to hold on and go for those play points? So that's one thing that was argued that Misfire was talking about in our Discord is, why are we taking these early fights and taking these risks? You could have gotten out of there. We could have gotten out of there with 1 or 2 kills, yes, and gotten out with more players and continue to fight on. But taking these fights when we're at a disadvantage early, there's no point to it. The risk is not worth the reward.
Yeah, exclamation point Pickford in chat, because you can't win the match in the first circle. You can only lose it. And I'm thinking back to what we were talking about. It's like, if you're paying attention in the lobby and you're like, oh, that team only has 2 players, and you realize it's them, you might be like, well, let's push them because we have an advantage. But then now this is like the extreme, right? Because we saw Sweats with only 2 players lose Starlight very early, and then Zio was able to eliminate 2 or 3 of the players on Zipped and knock them down to just a solo. So even if you have them outnumbered, it doesn't always mean that you just are going to have an easy time. So what other stats do you have that are interesting?
How could you guess any of the 5 people that have played every match? They're all players you know. It's not like
I think Brownie.
Nope, Brownie is not.
Brownie missed a match. He's throwing. I think OUTcast Scrims has been in every match.
Oh yeah, yes. I meant a real player, not. No, because you use them.
Now I'm just going on because I pay a lot more attention on Wednesdays, right? I'm thinking Trick probably hasn't missed a match.
Correct. Trick is one of them.
Because he's a grinder.
Trick is one.
I have not seen. No, maybe that's not true. I think there's a player on OUTcast Bravo that's probably played. Either Goose or Snuggles has probably played every match.
Nope.
No?
I'll be it's you got right with Trick. It's also Peep from First Aid Gaming.
Okay.
Legato.
What about like BBC?
Nope. Peep, Legato, Bliss, obviously, and Bliss. I mean, that guy works so hard. Of course, he's not going to miss a game. And Goldie for 10 HP. Goldie and Bliss for 10 HP.
Okay.
Legato from SpaceX, and then Peep and Trick from First Aid Gaming.
So I think the players. So 10 HP has 2 players on that list, right? Goldie and Bliss. Are they the only team with 2 players? Or no, wait, Peep and.
Well, Peep's technically on First Aid Gaming Red. Trick is on.
Oh,
so
okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Technically, yes, they're the only with 2. Now, if we're going to go through right this week. Teams, you have to play pretty much every week if you want to be successful. We have 2 teams in the top 20 not played tonight. And then the number 8 team, Villains, is not in here. And the number 14 team, Quack Fu. So obviously that gives an opportunity for the teams in 9th place. 10 HP is only 5 points behind Villains. For saying Giving Red is only 17 points behind. And then if you go to Quack Fu, Men of 4 Black is only 3 points behind Quack Fu. Mobile Warriors is only 11 points behind Quack Fu. So
we saw Ghost Melee Elite also with that strong finish in match 1. Maybe they will be able to take advantage and jump up a few spots on themselves.
We have six teams outside the top 20 to play tonight. We have Aurora, New Hampshire, SpaceX Red, B6 Academy, Ghost Melee Elite, and Unzipped Excel.
Aurora finished, I think, in 5th. Well, let's look at scores. I think scores are up. I'm gonna I'm gonna risk pushing this button and
Go
assume
for it.
that we have updated scores, and it looks like we do because you see Thirst for Points with 12 kills there. So Aurora ends up 4th place overall. They had 4 more kills than OUTcast. Oh, look. Okay, so they had 4 more kills than OUTcast Bravo, so they both have 20 points, but technically Aurora is sitting in 4th place, even though they finished in 5th, because they have more kills. So that is the power of getting a few kills, and that's what you're saying there. Aurora may have an opportunity tonight if they can continue that type of performance to push themselves up a considerable amount, because I believe that area of the pack of those scores is pretty tight.
Very close. Yes.
Let's look at the second page
3
here
to
real
4
quick,
points.
just to make sure everyone gets their 5 seconds on my screen tonight. So yeah, Tequila Shots, man, they got some work to do. 0 kills in 20th place.
Yeah, pretty much dead center play path for this Aurora match.
All right, let's take a look.
Match. So looks like it's gonna be pretty good for all the teams to get where they want to go. And let's see how the tier 1 tough guys are looking in the second match.
What do I do with my game sound? Oh, I muted it here. With the aftermatch celebratory gunfire. I heard I read like a hotfix list from that like patch a couple days ago, and one of the things on it was reducing the volume of gunfire. Like, I don't know if that's in the pre-match lobby. It wasn't like during a match, but it was like in Cheer Park or like the pre-match lobby. You know how everyone like picks up a gun somehow and starts blasting your eardrums out?
Yes. Who thought that was a good idea?
I have no idea, but they were wrong. What they should have done instead of that is made it so that when you're on the results screen in a custom room, you don't hear gunfire. That's what they should have done. And they also should have put the freaking numbers back on the teams on the spectator map.
Yes.
And we could go on for this entire 30-minute plus match here in Miramar of what they shoulda, coulda, woulda, we wish they did in a patch. But we're not going to do that. We're going to see where these teams are dropping. So clustered up in Los Leones, as you would imagine. Surprisingly, though, I do not see Aurora in Los Leones, so they're really mixing up their drop spots. I mean, they made it in the room, right? Right?
So.
Where? Oh, man. Okay, yeah, they really shifted up their strategy. So maybe this is a turning point. Now, Aurora, last I knew, it was before the scrim season started, but because I knew they were trying to get more female players on their team, and Glitchy, or one of them, I think it was Glitchy, shared their scrim schedule with me because I had some ladies that I thought might be interested, and they have like 1 to 2 scrims like every night of the week.
The same 4 players.
Well, there's 3 players a lot of times.
3 players.
But the reason I brought that up is only to say that with as much as they play and play together, seeing them change their drop location seems to me like somewhat promising, because it's not like they would just do it here to experiment. It's something that they've probably been doing on and off in other scrims and have had success at it, so they're going to bring it here as a kind of tested strat. As I say that, Mobile Warriors ends up and gets a knockout here in the middle of the Oasis, but what they don't know is the rest of this player's team is, I don't think, anywhere near here at all. You're going to molly the man in the water? Okay, PUBG, that makes sense. I'm in water. How are you burning me when I'm in water? Like, what?
It's a grease fire.
Oh, is that?
It's an oil fire.
I thought it was a Thought it was an alcohol fire, but whatever.
Yeah,
You
that's what
got-
I thought. I thought it'd be like, like gasoline, citric acid, and plastic.
I think he's got some Crisco in that bottle or something.
Yes.
Now, speaking of drop spots, we got OUTcast Alpha on the outskirts of Hacienda. And what's the team that we have in here? Team 19. Let me see. Oh, that's just for fun.
Yeah, they love.
But they
Outcast
only
is
have
divided
one
as
tag.
split
Like,
looting. Yeah.
we're not going to go
That's-
into the rules about how many players have to have tags. I'm not even going to touch that topic.
They must have.
They must have submitted a
signed
roster.
it, yeah,
That's all I have to
exactly.
say because.
Yeah, they must have.
Okay.
Exactly. And now it's like this is a pretty easy circumstance. This is a problem. If you're up in that northwest corner, there's so many teams up there that you're just rotating in. Period. And you could run into another team and really get yourself in trouble. So, and then you have to decide really when you're going to rotate. If you rotate too earlier,
Sweats
you get
ends
right
up
into-
with
you get right into-
Spec joins them this match. How do they have 4 kills already? Who
They
died?
must have Metaphor Bravo.
Metaphor rip. Metaphor Black. They're out.
Yeah.
They're getting the extended
They are.
break. They get
Yeah,
to
they
go
get this break.
do some work in TDMs or something. Or actually, they could go play a classic or two. Go play like 3 Livic matches in a row.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing sadder than playing a full air goal match in between scrims. Because you know you got knocked out so early. It's the quietest, saddest match of all time.
And you just run around bot hunting the whole time.
You just like this.
I wonder if classics are a little bit spicier than normal with the new season starting yesterday.
Oh, it's not salty. Yeah, a lot of people I've been. A lot of people do their their grinding early. You know, obviously it's early,
Yeah.
it's easier. But yeah, a lot of better players or people playing seriously. Less hot jobs, more
Well, the other
play,
thing
but-
that happens too is all the players get like reset to like gold or whatever, or gold to platinum. So like it takes the really good players and it crushes them back down with like the players like
Yeah.
me, and it's like I just won't play for a week or two and let those
Yeah,
guys
let those
get on
guys
up to
get
Conqueror,
get
and then
exactly. Leave me
and
alone.
then I'll come in and shoot some bots. What's up, Bong Main? How am I doing? I'm all right, man. We're here with some scrims, so I mean, what else
Bogman,
could
a
you
good,
want?
good friend of Misfire, guys. He's been hanging out with Misfire a long time. Good friends with one of our players, Dabs. But a great dude all around. Really it's easy, down to earth kind of guy. He's played for Outcast. Played for a bunch of teams. And just an all around good guy. Which sometimes is hard to find in the video game world.
Meeseek's not having luck here. Looks like they already got 2 players down. And Bruce,
I don't know how many they showed up with.
well, 3 this match. He just let Peep drive by. Probably a wise move there. I mean, I suppose he could have shot at Peep's truck and then all of Forsaken Gaming would have pushed him. Oh, wait, what team is this? Forsaken Gaming Red. Bro.
Yes, that's Peep's team.
Yes, okay. That makes sense since it was Peep driving the truck.
Because we were like, how is Peep not on the Forsaken Gaming main team when he has like the number 2 kills? But we couldn't find out that he's running that team and Strickland's running the other team. So that makes sense. If that's how they're gonna do it.
Well, then you got 2 of your strong players as like
That's right.
leaders or IGLs or whatever. I mean, instead of taking 2 IGLs and putting them on the same team and then having like your red team or whatever kind of with no IGL, I think that's probably a overall better strat. I did see Trick was knocked, but I don't know where he's at. So, whew, that was a nice shot there with that SLR Devil on the moving vehicle. I mean, just to get a hit on a player in a moving vehicle with a single shot. Okay, here we are, because that was Pan here. that got that knock. So this just for fun kind of hodgepodge team here. Long enough range though that Trick's been picked up and has already got a first aid kit taken. Put a band-aid on it, you'll be fine.
I do like how this T for P, they rotate all the way back up in the upper northwest corner, up by ruins, and then wait for the blue to come in, then they start rotating in. I really liked it, rotating in with the blue in the first zone.
As long as you have vehicles.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Brownie hung out there a little bit too long. He did get 2 knocked, but then he got shot in the face as a congratulations. So now OUTcast has 2 knocked. But with Brownie knocked, it really takes the wind out of their sails as far as trying to push that team with 2 down. And that's going to let Just for Fun have the opportunity to get their players picked up as well. So it looks like everyone's saving their tickets until Friday, I guess. Only 12 people have entered, and all of them except one has only used their free tickets. So exclamation point ticket.
That makes no sense to me.
There's if there's 50 people viewing, everyone should probably type exclamation point ticket to get their free ticket. Now I won't do it because I'm personally associated with MGC and I have all the class X I need. So like, I'm not gonna do it. But you should.
That if you have a free ticket, how many viewers you have, should be how many tickets at least. Why would you give up a free? All you have to do is put exclamation point ticket, and
yeah.
It's a free thing. In fact, you know what?
That might be 7 characters on a keyboard. That's a lot of effort.
As you say that,
it's probably too much effort. I'm just saying, like, it should be 2 less, 3 less. Because I'm not going to enter, C-Dub won't enter, and Brownie won't enter because they're not even eligible to win anyway. Technically, I'm eligible to win, but I have like so many claw socks here already that I want someone else to have a better opportunity to win. If I won, I'm just going to tell them to draw it again anyway. So like, you know,
if I win it, I'm taking it. I love to be a winner.
Yeah, 100%. Going back to like the screen protector for the iPad, I heard the biggest trip is if you have that screen protector and claw socks.
Yeah, it's like overly, it's like super sensitive.
It's like negative friction. Like, I think it's like a magnetic field. Like you can't even put your thumb on the screen; it just hovers above it or something. I don't know. It's crazy. It's science. The real Pickford, you successfully bought 1 ticket. Baked Bunny bought. Okay, just give up. Baked Bunny bought a ticket, so we already know who's gonna win.
Like she's won, but you know, even though if you win more than once, now they're giving out.
They're giving out gift cards.
Gift cards.
Yeah, they're giving basically stored credit. So like, the more you win, you can pile up all that stored credit, and then you could get claw socks and a phone case, or claw socks.
And then if you put in Nick when you check out, you get another 10% off.
Yeah, oh, that's true, right? So here, this is, think, big brain time here, 269 IQ. If you get a Mobile Gaming Core gift card thing, make sure that you use my code because your gift card amount is going to go farther. So not only was it like free, you won it, but you can get more for your money when you check out. And you definitely should do that. Spec. Why? Sometimes T1 strats are beyond my comprehension. Like, I'm sure there's a really big brain reason that Spec naded himself. And it was probably because the game glitched out and it, like, dropped the grenade at his feet or something. Who knows?
Who knows?
OUTcast Alpha bringing in a flare. Just kidding. They're right underneath an airdrop, though. What are these boxes for the airdrops? It must be something for the 3rd anniversary
2.
celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, here's sweats. So spec's been picked up. Yeah, that must have just been a, I don't know what. I mean, it's not like I've ever knocked myself with a grenade.
I like to knock my teammates when they're coming to pick, when I try to throw a grenade or smoke to help them up, and it's really a grenade.
When they're
That's
already knocked? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's my favorite. They appreciate it.
Can't say that has never happened to me. Been on the receiving end of that. You know, like your teammate is just chucking like 15 smokes, but they only have 14. So the 15th is not a smoke. Aurora handling misfire.
It's got separated in
Ladies?
the rotation, and the run smacked him again.
Kind of miss the International Ladies Day, but it's good to see an all-ladies team coming into these scrims and, you know, just showing that it doesn't matter what gender you were born as or identify as, I guess. Like, you could still perform at a high level. Delay must have caught up because Baby just bought a ticket. She felt bad. Because Papa Pickford said, if you're in chat and you haven't bought a ticket, you're stupid. So Baby said, I ain't stupid. I'm buying a ticket.
Who's called stupid? She'll probably punch me in the face.
No, she'll probably Mosin you in the face.
Probably.
Speaking of Mosin people, oh, that's a M24, but Goose is knocked. Where's Snuggles at? Nowhere near. How come none of your teammates are anywhere near you, Goose? Goose, come into chat and tell me what is going on here. I mean, they're here. They're not that far away, but they're far away. Maybe Goose was just bait. Of course. That means that you're going to have to spring the trap closed pretty soon here. The bait has been eaten. The hook has been stripped clean. This is an interesting zone up to water treatment. Basically from Hacienda to water treatment. The majority of San Martin.
If you had taken water treatment early, because I was kind of looking at that earlier, and there was a lot of teams around it, but no one actually went into water treatment. And I was wondering, man, I was thinking about, like, you know, this team's all surrounded it, and you know, it looks like a great place. One thing with water treatment is that you go in there, it's so hard to hold on to that area because
I would not go
buildings
into water treatment, but I definitely would be on the hill to the east or the north, somewhere in that area. Which there's no one up there either right now. So I imagine we're going to see maybe 2 or 3 teams try to end up in that same position. Possibly OUTcast Bravo, who we're on with now. OUTcast Alpha driving up into Zone SpaceX. Brownie might drive right into gold in the rest of Forsaken Gaming. And as I say that...
Wow.
He literally drives right through with the motorcycle. Oh, why did he stop and get off? Oh. I don't understand. Why? I thought they were by, and the next thing I look at Brownie, and he's running in the open, and he's knocked.
Running through everybody.
And now Advisory gets a nade fed to him. Like, I like pineapples, but not the not the explosive kind.
That's what puts Trick a step above a lot of the great players. He's so good with grenades and with all his with the grenades and the mollies. I wonder how many kills he's got just grenades and mollies. This thing probably quite a few. He's very good at that.
Hey, if you're in chat right now, not only should you buy a ticket for the giveaway, you also should go on Twitter and share the tweet from OUTcast OUTcast Esports, because I know there is one. Yes, definitely right here. I'm gonna share it myself because we broke 1,000 followers last week on Wednesday, and right now there's only 1,009. How did you only pick up 9 more followers in 2 more nights of scrims?
I don't know.
That shouldn't be a thing. We need to push the message out here a little bit. Let me find my little GIF I made. All right, we'll get some fresh blood in here. Oh, I know. I think it's like Goose probably doesn't share the stream because that would decrease her chances of winning. No, not Goose. That's Baked Bunny. The other animal. She's like, no, don't get any more viewers in here. It's gonna decrease my chances of winning again. Just for fun, still in this one, and they still have 0 kills somehow. It seems like they've been in multiple fights. Oh, there's a couple there for snipes. Getting a nice angle on, looks like New Hampshire. I guess we've officially renamed them to New Hampshire now. Like that's actually
They just took it. They just
on the
took it.
slot list.
Yeah. We they enjoyed it, and
The team formerly known as
Duke,
Nobody's Hero.
Yeah, well, Duke named his latest Duke juice after him. Duke Juice Concord Grape, official sponsor of the great state of New Hampshire.
Grape flavored Dookie juice. Ugh. Okay. We'll stick to Mountain Dew, I think.
Mountain Dew, the greatest drink. That new one too is so good.
The melon
or whatever it's called. I love it.
Have you found the Zero? They have
Yes.
Major Melon Zero.
Yes, I have. And
I've only seen it in cans though, like the 12 can pack is the only way I've seen it.
They have my local store. I'm not a big fan of the Diet Mountain Dew Zero. I like Diet Mountain Dew better than Mountain Dew
We've
Zero.
had this conversation, and I 100% agree with you that Diet Mountain Dew is better than Mountain Dew Zero, which blows my mind because any of the other ones, Coke Zero, way better than Diet Coke. Pepsi Max or whatever, that's way better than Diet Pepsi, but they really screwed up on that Mountain Dew.
Yes. But there is no like Diet
Major Melon?
Yeah, it was just Major Melon and Major Melon Zero.
Yeah, but maybe it's not. I haven't had the Zero because I don't drink enough soda to justify buying a 12-pack. If I could find it in like a 20-ounce bottle, I would buy it just to, drink. I mean, I could buy it and I would drink it eventually, like over the course of a few weeks, maybe. Now, the actual truth is that Smiles has a heck of a shot there on Tucky. He's driving across the open. No, if I bought the 12-pack, then I probably would drink the whole thing in 3 or 4 days, which is why I'm not going to buy it, because, like, probably don't need to be drinking that much sugar-free soda, I guess. I don't know. Got an AUG coming down in an airdrop. Okay. So, like, 2 minutes ago, we looked at Men of 4, and I said, how do they not have a kill yet? And I look at them now, and they have 9.
That's they do.
Just went on a rampage. Oh, that nade on Men of 4. More nades going their way. Did you see the clips of the week this week? It's like all nade clips.
It is, but I'm telling you, I don't know if they made them like can throw them farther or if there's some sort of like aim assist. It's just so much more effective.
Aim assist? What do you got? Like a
a
drone controller you can like fly the nade in?
Well, just kind of like if you're close, kind of like maybe like get a lucky bounce more often than not now.
Well, maybe, yeah. Now I think more and more players have really fine-tuned using the free look when they throw a nade to be able to throw them a lot more accurately. These nades right now, from Just for Fun, would have been a lot more effective. That one was. They were cooked like a quarter second too long, and they were actually blowing up in the air before they got all the way. And because Men of 4's behind those vehicles, when they were kind of air bursting, they were protected by the vehicles. That one looks like it's over the vehicle. Oh, that was a molly. Okay, I was like, how come it never blew up? And now I see the flames.
I gotta give both the BBC and Mommy credit. They could be freaking out in there, when these kids come in. We gotta get out of here. But they just stayed in there. You keep deploying smokes. You can't.
What are you gonna run? maybe you won't.
At least start firing.
Maybe you won't get lasered. Hey, children! Let's not use Twitch chat to call each other stupid, especially if you don't know how to spell stupid, because
Who's that? I think it's stupid. No, you.
No, you. Yes. Back when I was younger, we would say, "I'm rubber and you're glue." That thing. Oh my God. Okay. Well, that was an unfortunate push. But in this day and age, that's far too many words, right?
Well,
so now we just have to say no you. And we don't even type out the word you. We just put the letter. So I mean, kudos to Magic Fiesta for at least putting a space there and not just, putting NOU with no space. Like, he's got to respect the grammar a little bit there with the, multiple words, I guess. Anyway.
When I was a young boy, you didn't talk with the computer, you talked in front of people. So you always had to watch it and set catch one in the eye if you talk too much. That's not a problem anymore. So you can just get like, shut your mouth, sir. You suck. I'm in my parents' basement. I weigh 98 pounds.
Yeah, so Slingshot had a great position and then stood on top of this hill and got lasered. He did get Fat Boy knocked, but I don't think he noticed Cybe, Rain, and was that Slayer all over
There's
here.
Autobots.
Yeah. So yeah, back in my day when I was a kid, we didn't sling them insults so rapidly because we had to carve them into stone tablets before we could, deliver them to people on donkey back.
You said, "Hear ye, hear ye." You actually had to give it a scroll to the town crier, and he had to go to the middle of town and say them. So the turnaround was a lot longer.
Yeah. All right, we're down to 7 teams. We got a pretty wide open circle, though. There you see the next circle pop. It's out of water treatment, out of the compound. It's literally all wide open. Crispy is going to say, going to try to defend up here, but not going to have much of an opportunity there. SpaceX, holy cow, SpaceX. They got 12 kills. When did they do that? When did they do that? They've been working this whole match, and we've been talking about etching insults onto stone tablets.
Mm-hmm. The Moses insult.
Meanwhile, SpaceX has killed like a 20%, 15% of the lobby. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that math, but they've killed a lot of people.
Quite a few peeps.
And they get another one. Well, another knock anyway. This Cybe. I'm not sure. Oh my God, Autobots! Talk about being in a, between a rock and a hard place. They're between the rock and the dump truck bed. What do you think you're gonna do with that truck? Okay, well that's, I guess, what you're gonna do with it. You're gonna park it right there. I'm really surprised that that worked. I think last time I looked, I said we had 7 teams left. Now we're down to 4, just like that. Oh, that nade almost skipped in. Oh, that nade almost went through the window.
Like maybe a foot short. It's like, what was that? Rain cheated to eat our Wheaties. Didn't get in that window.
Rain, you throw like a girl, I guess.
You throw like an E-boy.
You throw like... Oh, wait, what's that? I was gonna say, did you see the bounce? The nade went between these tanks.
It did, yes, and she's like, how did that happen? That's sus.
She probably thought she was safe because she heard it hit the tank and she thought it was on the other side. Oh my God, oh. Just take them all out with nades. Junie, freaking Kobe Master. Trick says, you might be good with nades, but I'm good with them bullets. In your head.
Why don't you catch some? Why don't you catch a couple of these?
Wait, what the heck just happened? Oh, okay, so I thought Trick came in and finished him, but no, Giuliani's still up.
Yeah, he
was in the little closet. He's fine.
He was just reminiscing about his grenade kills, then the rest of the team got killed.
Oh, he's in the zone. What is he doing? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm like, I gotcha. I thought, I'm like, why is he...
give him one more kill?
I thought he was looting that box for meds, and I'm like, dude, the box is behind you. Like, what are you doing? All right. Forsaken Gaming now. Forsaken Gaming has had a rough few weeks, but this match looks like they put a few things together. At least 2 of the players, the dynamic duo of Trick and Jonica, combining for 10 kills and getting their team the chicken dinner here in Miramar. SpaceX, 2nd place, very consistent. I like to see that consistency, but look at the kills, 18 kills.
Wow. So obviously, even though that's the second, but that's pretty much considered. Well, they did get 10, so that's 40 points for Forsaken. That's 22 plus, what is it, 18? So that's 42. That's pretty much the same score.
They say sweats who? It's SpaceX, baby. SpaceX.
That's
all right, and Autobots. I think. No, that was Tequila Shots. I said that after the first match didn't really place where we figured they would, but Autobots working pretty well together, getting 4 kills in 3rd place. I believe they lost a player or 2 early on. So good on... No, they had all of them up towards the end. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. Roll back and delete that. But they ended up with 4 kills in 3rd place. Looks like D3 in 4th. Forsaken Red in 5th. Then we had OUTcast Alpha in 6th and OUTcast Bravo in 7th. What is OUTcast Alpha and OUTcast Bravo? Like literally holding hands. Both matches. Getting consistent or consecutive placements. I guess that goes to show the balanced talent pool OUTcast is bringing into these scrims with their 2 squads.
Yes.
go ahead and grab these screenshots. Bro. I'm having a hard time with my life with this technology today.
Do we have a commercial to play first?
We do.
Or...
We do. And
So as soon as we get done with this
here it is.
commercial, we'll have Snuggles.
Snuggles will be here right after this. Okay, we back.
Are back, and we are lucky enough to have with us Snuggles from OUTcast Bravo. So, Snuggles, thank you very much for giving us some of your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on tonight.
Now, let's see. Now, first question. Have you used the new Mosin, and what do you think?
Very first
I've used
question.
it
Right off the
a little
bat.
bit in classics, and I don't think it's as good as the Car 98. And it's kind of a different sound to get used to at first. When I heard people shooting it, I was kind of confused on what it was, and then figured it out. But not a big fan.
Are you a normal bolt action user, or do you use like DMRs? What is your go-to long range weapon?
Typically, when I play classics, I like to have a bolt action, but in scrims, normally I like to run AR and the SMG or two ARs.
I like the Tommy and the M4.
Yeah, it just seems like you don't get far enough fights for bolt action.
Now, speaking of OUTcast Bravo, obviously you've been obviously played them for a while. You guys are currently in 12th place, only 17 points behind Sweat's new team, and it's a few points, and you're about 10 points ahead of Autobots. So right in that middle section where the season can either, the way I look at it right now, any team that comes in top 10 in this season is about as good as a top 5 finish in season 1, because I think the teams are that much better. But what I've noticed is that there's quite a few teams in that like 9 to like 13th place position, where it's like you can easily finish in 7th place, or you can even finish in 15th place based on how a couple matches are going. How you guys prepare yourself to be successful in the second half?
Basically, right now we're just kind of going back to how we started playing at the start of the season. Like the last week and a half or so, we kind of had some issues and started trying to pick fights that we shouldn't take, and then get caught up in zone. So tonight we've been trying to push our way in the zone over picking a fight outside of zone.
It seems to be working so far. You guys have started out tonight pretty successfully. But what I've noticed is that it's you just one good match or one bad match away from either doing really well or really poorly. You get one kind of like 20th place finish and you're screwed. But if you get just a top 5 finish, you're obviously up there, way up there in the scores. How are you guys trying to eliminate those bad matches? I guess maybe you don't have to come in first place, but not coming in 16th or worse. Making sure you're at least getting the 10th or better.
Right now, it's more or less if we do get in a fight with the team and say gets down to 2v4 for them, get the other 2 people out of there, figure out a way
Yeah.
to get them out and keep them alive to at least get into the top 10.
Now, I know that you're all a team that's going in. You guys are, obviously quality players. I played with James. I played with you. I played with because you guys all. I don't know if I played with Snow before, but played with most of you guys. You guys are all high intelligence players. Have you guys had to make any changes on your drops or anything to make sure that you're not getting too much action early in a match? Or you guys just have you guys kept your drop zones throughout the whole season?
We've pretty much kept them throughout the whole season. We do switch them up here and there, like when flight path doesn't agree with our normal drop spots. I have some backup ones that I take us to. And for the most part, they're working unless we get a new team in here. It seems like we get contested every now and again.
Mm-hmm. So, when you guys are when you're going through the 4-match scrim, obviously it starts at Erangel, Miramar, then it goes to Sandhawk, and then back to Erangel. Do you guys kind of have a match better or than others? So where do you want to kind of be after each match? If for you to consider a successful night, do you have a kind of a goal? Okay, we don't play as well in Erangel, we play better in Sandhawk. So, do you guys look to score more points on some maps than others?
Really, it's all every other week's different for us. Like one night we would do really good near angle, and then on the next night we would do very bad in angle, and vice versa on all the maps. We really don't have one map we do really good in. Seems like lately though it's been angle we've been doing all right in.
Mm-hmm. So now that you guys, so you feel you're starting off with a good night. You're on par to like I said, I think above top 10. If you're on the front page of the scores, I consider that a pretty good night. How do you guys now how do you kind of keep that momentum going after you've had a couple good matches? Maybe you're not the top spot, but you're playing good well. How do you keep that momentum going forward so you can continue to play well and continue to move up the scores?
Pretty much just keep doing what we've been doing the first 2 matches and hope that you don't curse me after talking to you.
Oh, the first person to actually call out the Pickford curse. That every time I know that people have noticed that there is sometimes teams don't do as well. I'm gonna you're gonna win this one now because that just for that. Now, one thing that I think of going into Sandhawk is a lot of teams like to in other maps like to split loot. In my opinion, in Sandhawk is I think it's kind of better to drop all on top of each other, get a weapon, and then pretty much look for somebody else close to you. Because with having 90 plus players in Sandhawk, the chances of there being another team close to you is pretty there's a probability. So maybe in other maps you can split, maybe in Miramar or Erangel, but I think that in Sandhawk it's more important that everyone get a weapon and just make sure there's nobody by you. When you first hit the ground in Sandhawk, what is kind of your checklist for the team?
Pretty much make sure everybody, at least, like say if we get contested, pretty much make sure everybody has a gun, and then start figuring out where they're at, and then start trying to plan how we can work around them, or just get out of there if need be also, if we're not looted up good enough.
Well, I tell you what, you have been doing a great job with the OUTcast Bravo team. You guys brought a team that was in season 1 was laughingstock. You have brought respect to it, and now no one really. It's not a team you want to f with in this match, especially early. Your team that's even if one of the top teams beats you, you're going to take 2 or 3 of their players with you. So congratulations on the success you've had so far in season 2, and hopefully you'll be able to move up into the top 10 and continue that success.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on tonight.
And good luck. There's no curse.
Thank you. See you guys.
Good luck, Snuggles.
I have a lot of respect for those guys in OUTcast Bravo because they went into a team that like I said, everyone was thought it was a joke, and if they did nothing but do better, they've been more successful than anybody ever thought they would. It was a bunch of members and unzipped had almost no time to really build any synergy. Just started the season us together, and they've just been doing a really, really good job. So kudos to those guys and girls.
All right, and with that, we are in the air above Sandhawk. So let's look at the scores real quick. After 2 matches, the HyperX mid scrim scores here. SpaceX taking over the first place spot. 22 kills already and 66 total points in just 2 matches. So 100% perfectly on pace for that 100.3 match total score. No chicken dinner yet, though. So there you go. Just consistent placements and a pile of kills. Forsaken Gaming, second place. Thirst for Points, third place. We are back, baby. Back to that top 3 that we were used to seeing before the little interruption, if you will, by the T1 boys from Sweats. Outcast Alpha in 4th place. Hopefully they feel happy about that. Autobots there in 5th. And then you can see the rest. Aurora up into 8th place right now. We'll look at the second page here. And we'll let this sit for a second. People can grab a screenshot or a clip if they want to kind of preserve this moment in time. You guys should be making clips so that we got some good clips to play next week before the match starts. I know it's one of C-Dub's favorite things is to go back and watch 3 nights, 12 matches, and try to grab the clips himself so that we got something to do. So you could do that and you would get credit for it. You get a shout out and all those good things. But anyway, we're going to hop over to the game. Okay, we're scuba diving right now with OUTcast Scrims. So we're going to jump off of here, head over to boot camp, unzipped. No fear here in boot camp, along with just for fun. And yeah, Forsaken Gaming close by. Forsaken Gaming consistently drops this spot here just outside of boot camp. They kind of figure out what's going on in boot camp, and then a lot of times they will end up on push that direction and try to kind of clean up whatever's left over. Looks like BBC is hunting for OUTcast Scrims. Not really, but just in the vicinity. .4OM kind of a bit split up. There's OUTcast Scrims drowning. Guess they never took their swim lessons.
Nope. Yeah, I always had the problem. I always drop in there and just die.
So during the interview, I have alerts off just to not kind of interrupt that process. But Peace controlled you with the follow. Cool name. And then Baby dropping 100 bits. The Goose Baby. The 816 Baby. Not to be confused with the Misfire Baby. Rain thought I was being mean, I think, with my throws like a girl comment. I mean,
I just see throws like an e-boy. So, you know.
Okay.
Credit for that. As I throw you under the bus.
I'm gonna say, well, Pickford said you didn't eat your Wheaties, so like, but who cares? Like, who cares? Okay.
Got him.
Fine. But, whatever. I did follow that up and say she also shoots like a girl, which is generally a huge compliment if it comes from anyone that knows anything about rifle marksmanship. And the fact that females naturally always are better marksmen, more accurate shots than guys. Guys need a lot more training.
I think she's the #1 killer on Autobots, if I'm not mistaken. Most kills.
There you go. So, yeah, shooting like a girl never should be taken as an insult. So I am a certified firearms instructor in, well, like rifle, shotgun, pistol, multiple disciplines in each. And I do a lot of private lessons. I should say I used to do a private lesson. A lot of COVID has kind of, interrupted a lot of face-to-face type things like that. But I'd have a lot of couples come in, for a private lesson. And the lady would just always just naturally shoot better than the guy. It's like, and I mean that was something I knew before that, just with, I guess, my background in firearms and that. But yeah, it's a good thing to shoot like a girl.
Tell you what,
I
the best
have
thing I
no
ever learned.
idea why my phone is like freaking out with gestures right now.
Like the middle finger.
Well, I'm gonna give it the middle finger. No, it's because I don't want to touch it because this cord is being a little bit temperamental, and I must have just tried to scroll on the map and just got too close to the bottom edge of the screen, and it's like, oh, you would like to minimize that app? Okay, cool. There's actually a thing I can do here. I do this, and then do. Where'd my It's not keep open. There used to be a thing that was called pin, and it would prevent it from. Yeah, that's not the same thing. Why? Why when they put something good and useful in, do they always take it back out? I think they must share developers with Tencent or something. A little bit of a face-off out here in the jungle between D3 and 40M. Looks like 40M did kind of reconsolidate their players together after they were really split up off the drop. Slingshot landing a few hits there. 6x on the M4. All right, 10 HP and Aurora fighting it out in the blue. Imagine that. You guys had a hype train on Monday? Nice. I think I lost Pickford. Hello?
Oh, that's sorry about that. Got
Oh!
unplugged right there for a second.
He's there. Okay.
Got unplugged for a second. It looks like a lot of teams are going to be able to get into this zone. There's a lot of people, like you said, fighting down in the blue. But I think the rest of the teams will be able to get into the zone. It's really not a question of how far you push into the zone. It's always a big, I think, question when you play in Sandhawk. Into the zone, and you're in the zone. Not how far do you push into the zone to try to secure a better spot. Because obviously, the farther into the zone you get, the better chance you have of running across. It seems like there's a lot of teams just kind of hide out, waiting for you to run by, and then they shoot.
Yeah, and that's
run by.
a easier strat to pull off on Sandhawk than most other maps. We do have Forsaken Gaming Trick with an AWM, and he's kind of looking towards SpaceX. I mean, they're very close to each other. I wonder if he... Oh, no, he's got a teammate. Who's down there? Gold is down much closer to SpaceX, so he's relaying the intel on where SpaceX is. They're rotating under the crest of the hill there. So Gold doesn't really have... Well, he might have a shot on Junie now. Oh, he does. That's going to be an easy knock for Gold.
Wow.
Jonica knocked too, so they're trading. Gold going to smoke one side of this rock for himself. What is this team? Wait a second. Oh, the SpaceX Red. We got a SpaceX sandwich here with Forsaken Gaming right in the middle. Wow, Trick just swallowed Hulk's grenade.
These guys are gonna go at it now.
Literally just swallowed that, like open wide. all the
Wow,
way
what
in.
Wow, that's not sus at all.
Turn and run away. Gochu's like, get back here. I want to kill you.
They just immediately, the other team just immediately the other species just runs away immediately.
All right, boys and girls, no teaming. They didn't have
Sure.
enough cover. They had to fall back and get to some better better rocks.
I guess
Apparently.
so.
I mean, they didn't leave. They're still here. There's a little bit of a reposition. I mean, honestly, they were all going to be clumped up at one rock, I think, if they stayed up there. We got OUTcast Bravo and OUTcast Alpha fighting right now as well. So, interesting match here so far. Where'd Hulk go? Excuse me? Oh, he's here. Oh, their dots are so close to each other. They're all lined up, one on top of the other.
Looks like Sarge, they still push this Bravo team.
Yeah, I think there's only one player left up for Bravo. Would be James.
Oh yeah, I think he's beating feet.
He's saying, yeah, I'm just gonna go to zone right now. Did Aurora lose? Yeah, they did lose a player, but looks like they're trying to gatekeep 10 HP like super hard. Okay, what is this box supposed to look like? Oh, it has a 3 on the side of it. I see.
It looks like Aurora just kind of sneaking up on the edge of boot camp, trying to get in the zone. I really like that plan.
Well, I think
Although
they're
10
trying to
HP
watch the
going
water.
there.
Yeah, they know 10 HP is there, so they're trying to keep an eye towards the water and see if they can get some easy points on some what they would call fish in the barrel.
Mm-hmm. Autobots and Forsaken Gaming going, get pain and that red team getting into it down on the edge of the zone. Well,
Now we got SpaceX Red sandwiched in between SpaceX and OUTcast Alpha. Killer B trying to take the fight with SpaceX, and Brownie just bullies. I mean, shooting people in the back, Brownie, for real?
That's how he rolls.
Bully. Can you stop moving? So Hulk, I'm trying to tap a player, and Hulk keeps moving, and I keep missing the player. You know what? I don't think I ever got these team screenshots this match. We start out with action right away. Now, are you going to say this is sus? No, go to again. The one shooting at the other team. It looks like the rest of his team is like, let's not take that fight. Let's go over here and get to a better position. And then Goto's just like, I see a guy. Takes the shots. I do believe the rest of the team told them, yeah, if you want to fight them, you're on your own. So he decided to go kind of link back up with the rest of his squad. All right, will Aurora spot Bliss in the water? Are they even looking towards the water anymore? Hey, turn. Oh my God. They could take them all out if they see them. Bliss gets to the island though. Remember a few weeks ago? Was it 10 HP on this island and the zone came to the island? They're looking for a deja vu repeat moment here. Oh, Kate's looking all the way across. Not even seeing the players on the island. Player on the island. Ecuador going a little bit of a different path. This could turn interesting. Yeah. He's going to lay down here and heal, maybe? But he's also going to walk right up on Aurora. And, I mean, Ecuador's a fragger and kind of like a close range specialist, but I don't think, without a gun in his hand, I don't... Oh, he's back in the water. Well, he's definitely not going to fight him very well now. What? Can you get away with this?
Look at trick just do.
I don't know. I can't believe that's crazy. How do they not? Glitchy's in the water now too. What is going on? They're gonna have a pool party. Oh, Kate's knocked. Glitchy's in the water. Luxera now has to use her only smoke. Probably she could only find one smoke on the whole map, even with 2x loot. Spec! Just made that look too easy. Not even nading himself. I don't understand right now. How is he doing so well without knocking himself with a grenade? That T1 strat. Wow, Autobots and SpaceX really piled up here. SpaceX in a bad way. Giuliani the only one up right now, and he's pretty much surrounded. And there you go, Autobots getting that knock, and then immediately looks like they're getting third-partied by, who would you guess, but Poppy Zio and the Sweats.
There you go.
Jimmins8472, thanks for the follow. That boy kind of the point right now for Autobots, and he runs into some gunfire. Wow, Sweat's extremely spread out right now. Spec decided to chase players he saw all the way to the cliff. And I think Zio was chasing players to the east, so they're pretty much spread out. Spec is the only one in zone, though. And he may come up. He's right above. What is happening, game? What? Confusion. Where am I? Okay. I honestly don't know what, that was like that glitch where when you get out of the car, you teleport to a different dimension or something.
Yeah.
Starlight takes a few shots from Autobots. Autobots player out in the blue. Starlight pops the first aid kit and gonna run back to get out of the damage, the zone damage.
That was 9.
7 teams left right now. Poppy Zio's knocked. Thirst for points. Thirst for points, basically controlling the zone right now. Slayer, no chance there. Look at everyone dying right now. Autobot's out. 10 HP out. We've got D3. Player for D3 there knocked and finished off by, looks like Spec. $15 kills right now for Sweats. Spec able to use that tree perfectly to block every bullet. Glitchy would love nothing more than to thirst at least one of these players. She could do it easily, I think, if she went to the other side of the rock. Yes, yes, big brain. There you go. Use the rock for cover. You're out of zone anyway. Go around the right side of this rock and you'll have probably a pretty clear shot at him.
Yeah, the thing that well, I don't know, TF's into the zone, so it's gonna be a little bit of a movement.
Oh yeah, they lost zone now. They had zone on the last shift. Whoa! How? How they know you're there though? Maybe she won't have an easy angle, easy knock on him, because clearly they know exactly where she's at. That's the smoke up. Does have a tree for some hard cover, but is getting shot from Forgotten and gets taken out. We're down to a 2v2 here. Dodger and Forgotten versus Spec and Starlight. T3 champions versus Tier 1 players. Unfortunately for Dodger and co, Zone is not favoring them, and that gives them a significant challenge here. As pretty much we're just inevitably waiting to see how many first aid kits Dodger has left, and it's 5. So this match will last another few seconds, unless they get a grenade through that door. He runs back instead of healing, so it's just a matter of time now. And there you go. That'll be match 3. Done and dusted. And we did have Sweats finally coming through and playing the type of game that we know they're capable of. Now, they did have 4 players, which is like, if you have 4 players of this caliber and you have this type of performance, like, how do you die in 19th place when you have 3 players? Like, I don't fully comprehend what goes on. Like I said, T1 strats of like nading yourself and doing all, I don't know, I don't get it. But they did have 18 kills and they did get the chicken dinner here in match 3. Thirst for points coming in 2nd place with 6 kills. Aurora in 3rd place, 0 kills, but that's okay. You know, you got 3rd place, it's a pile of placement points. D3 in 4th, looks like 10 HP in 5th. Autobots in 6th, just for fun in 7th. SpaceX not on the top 7. That is going to kind of shake things up as far as the current leaderboard goes for this match, or this night, I think. Where in the world is SpaceX? 15th? 15th?
That's not where they want to be.
Yeah, probably not.
I'll tell you what, you know who's not too happy about that SpaceX Red and SpaceX battle is Trick from Forsaken Gaming. He
in 21st?
Oh, yeah, well, he finds it awful sus that as soon as that SpaceX Red versus SpaceX battle, as soon as the team gets killed, they just run the opposite way from each other, or at least one half the team did. So,
well, I mean, they fought, and then they rotated to zone, and they fought again. So, I don't know. Anyway, London Hunt 15, can I join, please? What do you think this is? Open matches? Come on now. Read the title. It's a scrim season. You can join. Here's what you need to do. You need to type !Discord, and then you need to sign up for Friday. You'll be on a wait list, but you might be able to get a slot Friday. And if you really want to play, what you can do is sign up as soon as signups open tonight. After we're done here, signups will open, and you can sign up for next Wednesday. And then you can play next Wednesday, and we'll see how you fare on these score sheets. Now, with that, we got to take an ad break, and then we'll be right back with some entertainment for you, and then we will have the fourth match. Okay, we are back, and if I have this correct, we are talking to D3. I think.
Yes, we have. Yes, we do, sir. We have.
Right on the heels of a pretty good performance there in Sandhawk.
Yes, that was actually what we were going to say. So, first of all, gents, thank you all for giving us a little bit of your time. Octane, Moneybag Joe, and Polish Prick. Thank you very much for.
Is that like a? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Never mind. What's the opposite of
for the memes?
Yeah.
For the memes.
Is that like when it's inside out? Like, there's a surgery for that, I think. Anyway, back to PUBG Mobile.
So you guys obviously did very well in that last Sandhawk match. So first of all, congratulations on that match. But you guys, as you guys come in here, you guys are a team that really shows up for a finite amount of the match. You guys come in here and play a select few matches. What is your, like, I guess, schedule as OUTcast versus your normal scrim schedule?
Poseidon, you can take that one. He's the one that signs us up.
Yeah, I sign us up like every week. I just basically camp the sign up with the copy and pasted sign up with our roster. And I just and I just like as soon as it opens, as soon as Brownie opens to sign up, I'm registered. That's why we've been getting slots more recently, because like recently I'm just gonna say it out loud. My parents got mad at me for like grades and stuff, and then I started bringing them up, and I got my phone back because I usually and like I've been maintaining them the past week and two, and I just signed this up for every time.
And I think that's actually, I mean, those factors, those are real life factors, you know, whether you're your work, your wife, your parents, everyone's got somebody you got to answer to in this world. So though like I'm done with school stuff, I still got a wife to answer to, and if I don't get my shit done, she'll probably take my phone and my iPad away from me also. It doesn't change when you get old. So it's good that you take care of those school things. So that's obviously more important than anything else. Trust me. Otherwise, you're going to end up digging ditches for nickels for your life if you don't get that good education. And trust me, I did it for 8 years in the Marines. So with that said, now you guys are getting in here. When you guys get in here, you guys are doing quite well. You guys are currently 18th overall, but it said that is with a limited amount of starts. You guys missed a few. But with that said, you're only 1 point behind 17th place. You're only a few points behind Mobile Warriors, and so you guys can easily, if you guys go on a run, make a shot at the top 10. When you guys kind of start out behind the 8 ball, what is your now goal going on rest of the season? Obviously, probably first place isn't an option, but you guys can still do very well. What are you guys shooting for as a team?
At least get into that top 10 list, and since we recently we potentially lost 2 players. So I don't know if you noticed, but Smile has been playing with us. So hopefully we're hoping to bring him in so we can so our performance can just increase from there, since everything's been running smooth since he started playing with us.
Yeah, because we tried him out. I asked him for a tryout today, and he said he has many offers, but he said he can. And like every game we've placed in the top 10, and we've been doing very well. And like if he will join, that'll be a great addition to our team.
Now, speaking of that, I'll make sure you guys know to get in. I don't want you guys to wait till the last second to get in, because I'm not gonna get in trouble for you guys not making it. I already get in trouble enough as it is around here. But with that said, you guys, WC, you guys been around for a minute. You guys have been playing well. What are you guys? You guys had actually a good match in Sandhawk. How are you guys keep maintaining like quality? Or if you kind of lose couple players, bring players in, how are you trying to kind of like maintain overall D3 quality?
We've been just playing extremely aggressive. That's what we've been doing. Like,
yeah, we've been trying to like get more practice in, and that's why every time we end up on high placement, it's just because we're not focusing on placement. We're just trying to get a little bit of kills, get a little bit of practice. So let's say by next week we can put more into focus on movement.
I think that
in the map and all that.
A lot of teams that are used to maybe playing scrims, where there's a lot more like where they really have to focus on killing. I think it takes them a little bit of time to adapt to this kind of strategy, I guess, where you have to kind of like almost not stay away from fights, but really only take fights when it's really when it's at your best discretion, because with placement being so important, and even if you guys get into a battle, even if you roll them, you might lose 1 player, maybe 2, no matter who you run into. So it's you really have to be careful of those fights you guys take. Anybody, I think it takes teams a little bit of time to figure that out in these scrims, that you really have to play passive if you want to be successful.
Yes, but
a lot of teams aren't used to that. They're kind of like, I want to go frag out.
that was my mindset when I started too with them. They put them on more fights, and every time we lost. But we've been getting better, more cutting angles and all that.
Yeah, and we also been rotating early. That way we don't get caught off rotation.
I mean, I think you guys are definitely better than your. I mean, if you look at just you guys have, let's see, you guys, but you've only played. Let me get the exact number. You've only played 43 out of 64 matches. So that tells you right there. That's only 2/3. So if you had played another, you probably would have another 20 points. That would probably put you up there, probably in, close to the top 10, if not top 12. So I can see what you guys are saying. If you get into all the matches, it would be, you guys, obviously the scores would be a little different, but I think you guys are way undervalued at 18th, and I think you guys can really fly up these scores, especially. But you got to go after 4 Obeys right in front of you, then Mobile Warriors, Men of 4 Black. But you guys can really do quality. So I think you guys need to get in there now, because Brownie's yelling at me. So you should make sure you get in there before the match starts. Good luck for the rest of the night.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Match 4.
Thank you.
Getting ready to take off here. Erangel. So, just so that you're aware, Pickford, I see in chat Snuggles saying Pickford cursed me. I called it. So
Stuggles, after all we've been through, after all the love,
Well, Elusive says he answers to no one in this world unless it's Pickford. Because you always got to listen
Pickford.
to Daddy, I guess. That's what I'm reading here. So apparently you're Elusive's father.
I am
okay.
old enough probably to be his father. I am an old man. I am the incoming grandpa or Papa Pick on the team. But yes, I am old as shit. I'm sorry. And I'm old.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see. While we're waiting here, we do have scores. So let's take a look at that. After 3 matches, unofficial scores. Thirst for Points taking over first place by 1 point.
Close.
SpaceX in second place. Sweats catapulting. I don't know where they were at before, but they just shot up out of nowhere into third place. I guess winning a match with close to 20 kills will do that. And then OUTcast Alpha just still sitting there in 4th. I think they've been in 4th all night.
Mm-hmm.
How are they alive? When did I say that? Guess I said it because now it's a quote. It's official. No, I have a problem with this. I think people can put anything they want in there.
Yes, they can.
If you said it or not.
If you put like if you pay a certain amount or whatever, you can put like.
How come I don't have a quote that says "you throw like a girl"? That's what there should be a quote. All right, D3 Embassy, who we just talked to, sitting in 5th place here, going into the last match. Forsaken Gaming on kind of the edge here of where they would like to be in 6th place. So hopefully they can put together a strong match here. Autobots and Aurora all in that kind of that same bubble position where if they have a strong match here, it could really help them out for the night. Let's look at page 2 real quick. Just so, is there no page 2? Hello? Page 2? There's no page 2. Someone broke, oh, never mind, there it is. Okay, internet OP. So there's page 2, so everyone can get their 5 seconds of fame. We're on the plane over Erangel, so let's head into the 4th match. And the game's muted. There we go. So we have kind of a west plane path. We're starting out over Severny and heading down towards Primorsk. So it'll be interesting to see those teams that like to go Lipovka, Milta, kind of prison side of the map. Like if they're going to be able to find cars.
They die at the 4 crossways, the fists right there by shelter. They deserve to die because if you're jumping there, you know you're jumping there with 4 or 5 other teams. The little the 4 roads come together to the left of shelter.
Yeah.
If there's usually 1 or 2 vehicles there, and there's a couple little F-boy shack little houses, but usually we'll have 2 or 3 squads jump there for 1 vehicle, and then it'll be a run around, shoot each other, punch each other, handgun fight. And I always wondered why so many teams jump there for this vehicle when you know there's gonna be other teams doing it. The risk reward is just so not worth it, in my opinion, in that little area. But teams do it like usually do it match after match after match. So let's see if anyone goes for it this time. Doesn't look like anyone's going to push that far, actually. So kudos to them.
Fine.
Although OUTcast and SpaceX are getting to go right off the bat in Watertown. I mean, right off the bat.
Yeah. That's a spot I would not like to be in a early match fight. SpaceX not in the actual water, so that's good, but they already did lose Killer B, so that is not good. Down in Primorsk, meanwhile, we have, is this Meeseeks? Yes, it is Meeseeks Academy. And
versus the Tier 1 All-Stars.
Sweats. I don't know if I'd go that far, Tier 1 All-Stars, but
well, you know,
I'd say there's
a level of
definitely qualify as Tier 3 All-Stars.
Oh, jeez, 2 or 3 gods.
Now, with that said, we have seen all of these players die, right, in these matches.
Yes.
So they're
In
not.
fact,
They're
in
not.
fact, I don't know what place are they in right now. They did have a good match.
For the night.
In yeah, overall, I know they just won the thing, but they had been doing great going into that.
They were 4th or 5th.
Relative.
We just looked at it. You tell me. They were 4th or 5th.
Okay, that's still good though.
Or maybe
But, I mean,
3rd. Were they 3rd? No,
Uh-oh.
Forsaken Gaming, I think. No. Forsaken Gaming's down. They might be 3rd. Looks like they're gonna handle themselves here. It's the Mystique's Academy team getting bullied right now. Come on, Savage. 1v3. No. Not gonna
No.
1v3. Did he kill him with a... Oh, he got him with a shotgun. Okay. Baby told Unzipped not to do the interview. Okay, it's on my screen. They are in 3rd. Sweats is in 3rd. Yeah, because...
Baby told Unzipped because of the padlock. Not my baby. Their baby?
Goose Baby.
You know, Goose, that's so hurtful. After everything I've done for you, all the love and support.
But it's
This
true.
is how you do me. It
But
might
it's
be true or
true.
not. It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do. It's hurtful. It hurts me in the heart. Right in the heart.
I think it's like they just get too nervous from talking to famous people like Pickford.
Yeah, that's what I'm known for.
Being famous.
Yeah, not that. Moron.
I'm known for having bots come into my chat and saying, "Do you want to be famous? Buy some followers." And I'm like, how does buying followers make one famous? Like, it just makes you poor.
That's right. Well, then when you have followers, then when people like when they list it by people watching, then you'll be higher up on the list.
Well, no, but here's the thing: followers don't equal viewers. And I saw a thing on Twitter today, right? And somebody said that the IQ of Trovo is sinking lower and lower because someone in this chat was like, "You have 1,000 viewers or 1,000 followers and only 19 viewers. All your followers must be fake." Like, bro, like, I have like 2,800 and some followers on Twitch, and a lot of times when I stream, I got single-digit viewers. Like, it does just because people follow doesn't mean they watch you every single time you stream.
Especially when you stream scrims, a lot of people will follow you because their team plays a specific scrim. Like maybe if we only play Castaway, it's just so I can find you easier if I just play Outcast or whatever.
Right.
And so they're only going to tune in when their team is playing their on their scrims.
Right. So like
normal time.
If I play like just a completely random PC game or something like that, yeah, like I don't have like the normal viewers that I would have if I was doing scrims because you don't have the players and the fans and things like that. Johnny VC22 with the follow, and London Hun 15 also with the follow here recently. So look, we're picking up some more followers. Like to see it. Kate, speaking of picking up, not getting picked up there because Snuggles dropped a nade right in their lap.
Oh, is that my fault too, Snuggles?
That's that Pickford curse.
That's not my curse.
You you do bad in one match and then you bounce back and do good in the next match. So let's see, D3 in Forsaken. What color is this Forsaken team? Red. Forsaken Red. Up here in North George. Peep all dressed in white. He must have thought we were playing Vikendi. He's got the Glacier M4 and complete white outfit. Speaking of outfits, do you have any opinion on the current Royal Pass?
I'm not Why are they spend like so the first outfit you get, right? The first outfit you have to choose. Why is there not a male option?
I don't know. There isn't a male option for when you get the second one later on either.
It's such bullshit.
And not only is there not a male option, right? Now I'm like, whatever. We can look at scantily clad females in video games. I mean, that's not like sexist or whatever at all. I'm not sexist, but you know what I mean. Stereotypical.
I'm not trying to get my hentai on when I play PUBG.
But not only hentai, that's coming next season. Every single outfit, skin thing that you can get is like bright pastel colors.
Yes. Yeah.
Like every single thing.
There's no like how about like tactical camouflage? Like how about tactical camouflage Erangel? Tactical camouflage Sandhawk?
I actually saw someone say like they thought they booted up Fortnite or something when they saw
exactly.
the skins.
I mean, it's such like it's no one. I don't know. I have a specific. I don't really care about what I wear. If I get an outfit, there's only one outfit I've ever wanted, and I never got it. That was the Yeti. So I don't really care about it. But yeah, it's frustrating to me when there isn't a male option. It's only a female option. That's always frustrating.
Yeah, well, and it's not just like for like the first skin. It's every skin. I guess you could look at the level 100 and it's kind of like nondescript, I guess.
Well, like so my guy's wearing the one.
But you know,
my guy's wearing like bikini. He's wearing bikini bottoms.
So that was the other thing I was just gonna bring up, right? Like you can't say that's a female only outfit. Like that's inappropriate to say in 2021. Like,
well,
if a guy wants to wear that outfit,
most guys, I'm not going to choose to
wear
a bikini bottom and a bra this year. Yes, some men do choose to wear that, good for them, but it's not a male option.
I don't know. No comment on how many, on what percentage of men. All right,
well,
so
if you look at every other outfit, they'll have a female option and a male option. What do you call those? It's a setup. It's not a female option or a male option. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, Pete just did awesome
with the nade. All right. We got a nade clip, potentially. I mean, that was a pretty easy shot, but yeah, no, I understand completely what you're saying. I'm just being, if I can't say someone throws like a girl, you can't say that's a girl outfit. How about that?
I agree. Okay, that's fine. I can buy that.
Maybe you just want to have Peep. Come on, really? Oh, he must be out of bullets. So 40 tickets so far tonight for the Claw Sox. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, it's ! ticket in chat. Slingshot has no helmet and a damaged level 1 vest. This has been a heck of a fight. 2 dead from each team.
It's been going for a minute. And usually you don't see fights last this long, you know?
I actually need to
But it's like, you know, it's D3's been doing very well. And of course, seeing Peep is one of the best killers in this. And look at Payne just doing, like, there's those up-close grenades too, which is such a skill that I don't have. You know, going from jumping out of a building you just did, throwing a grenade in there, then running out of it, really being successful. Only Water Boy is left. It's D3. Uh-oh. I want. Don't die, D3. I don't want the curse to continue. Shit. Uh-oh. I just realized. Who was fighting in this battle?
Just realized the stardom is too powerful, baby.
It was D3. I'm like, oh no, I know these guys.
Yeah, I see what you were saying with the nade. He had the nade in his hand with the pin pulled, and he jumped backwards out of the window so he could throw it up into the window of the next floor up. The Bison coming in with the raid. Thank you for the raid. Thanks for thinking of OUTcast Media at the end of your stream, bringing your viewers over. We are.
That's just me. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Was
So-
that even, that's
So
pain
wait a
and
second.
pain.
We just had to punch out a knocked player because we had no ammo. But then
We can just waste all of our ammunition just on that.
But then we can do that.
That is weak and churlish. That is weak and churlish by pain and people.
And we love it.
we
So
do. I'm not
Bison,
saying
thanks
I
for
like
bringing
it.
in your crew. The I don't know what you call your crew. The Bison riders.
Buffaloes.
The Buffalo. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we are on a delay, so hopefully you hang out for a few minutes and you hear that. We appreciate that. And if you guys are in chat right now and you're not following, hopefully I put this in. I'm sure I did. I'm gonna put a thing for Bison in chat. You can go ahead and give him a follow, and that would be great. I'm sure he would appreciate that. All right, so Outcast Alpha is still at Watertown, so they must have successfully defended that. They do have 4 kills. I'm imagining that would be the other SpaceX team, SpaceX Red. All right, pretty much somewhat central zone here. Rozhawk dead
It is.
nuts center.
I think
the
the
middle.
question
Yo,
now
Rides, what's up?
is north or south of? Are you gonna choose north or south of the river? I think that's the big decision the team's gonna have to make right now.
A bridge. Choose a bridge.
See the bridge right in the middle of it.
Just stand in the middle of the bridge. That's probably one of those tier 1 strats that we don't understand.
Don't
how
know.
they
We've
work.
never heard about that.
We don't
Let's keep
understand
going,
how
let's
it works, but it
just does?
works. Yeah.
That's
As
a
I
good
say,
point.
speaking of tier 1 strats, we can see what Sweats is going to do here. Looks like they're going to roll into Pachinki, and Pachinki is going to be deserted.
Of course, I think they're going to Pachinki just to see what the next zone does. Because it's got they got plenty of time. We got almost a minute and 48, but
No, you've seen those little like things under these Rozhawk bridges where you can go under the bridge and like up, like where you have to crawl or something to get like inside of the structure of the bridge. And like, I mean, if someone throws a grenade in there, you're gonna be dead. But
oh yeah, I'm doing
Like,
underneath the Rozhawk bridges. Yeah,
who's gonna go under there and throw a nade in there? I mean,
I'm gonna go check it out right now. I have spent many a minute camping underneath these little bridges right here.
bridge troll.
And when you do is you crawl in there, and then you crawl up into the underneath. You go prone, and you can kind of like it's very hard to be seen up in there.
Yeah, unless they've changed it, you used to be able to crawl like back over like
Yeah.
a rock thing and then down, and it was like a little like hideout in there.
No one is currently hiding out in this bridge, just for your knowledge.
Oh, Meta 4 is thinking about it. They're close to a bridge.
They are close.
No, it looks like well, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna go.
I
to
just want to say,
Pachinki, but
right now,
Sweat
if
has
I'm not
not
really
yet.
gonna, you got to make a decision after this. I mean, are you gonna go north south? I think that's the big decision. If it pushes north, it's gonna cause a lot of teams some frustration that are down south. But if it goes south, I think it'll be a lot easier. There's not very many teams that have stayed up north, or at least not as many.
Yeah, I think Meta 4 is in a smart position. I also think Misfire is in a very smart position, really on the edge, but they can go north if they need to. without crossing a bridge. So that is huge.
Oh.
Except for that.
But when that happens, that ruins both of them.
Well, I mean, they're not terrible, but they do have to move. You can see misfire quickly. They are already full speed ahead in the cars.
They're not successful when they wait their time and try to get into the zone. They have to get in there quick as possible. They know that they're best at holding a compound and defending it versus trying to attack a compound.
Rain apparently is switching gears or just could not find a bolt gun this match. She's armed with a 8X Mini 14. Nade doing a little bit of damage. Here comes another nade. I think if anything, Autobots could cook those nades just a bit longer, but that one was good. I think with the shots coming in, they mustn't have heard the nade land. Rain straight slaying. Okay. See? She shoots like a girl. See what I said? See what I said? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. All right, Men of 4. Looks like they had a little bit of a run-in with 10 HP, but 10 HP gonna just sit on that knock and not push it. I don't think Outcast Alpha literally has moved more than 30 yards this entire match.
It's smart. It's good for them. I mean, they might have a. Let's see out there.
Do they have any loot?
Well, they did get a. Looks like they got a crate because Brownie's got the ghillie suit on, so at least that.
There's another crate coming down right now. But it's kind of halfway between them and Mobile Warriors, so it could be a bit of a fight. Mobile Warriors currently looking to the west though, towards Men of 4.
Outcast does have 5 team kills already, so but Brownie's taking some rounds from somewhere.
Probably Forsaken Game. No? Ghost Melee Elite.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's looking that way with the DP28. Korn also kind of looking that way. Korn's taking some fire though, so it's going to keep him behind cover.
The slowdown is.
Say Luxera is having a little bit of a hard time getting nades over the rock, but I think that smoke was intentionally bounced off the rock. Earlier, she threw a grenade and it hit the rock and bounced back. That's a little bit of a scary moment.
Teams in no rush to get into it if they don't have to. Especially with 6, no one wants to be the next team to get knocked out. That 16th place, I've always feel that's the worst.
You've heard it's the worst? Me too.
Well, you get that. You get that same 1-point placement. All those guys that got knocked out early, we were done for the night, and you get the same amount of points as they did.
That is a hard shift, right there. That's if you don't know what a hard shift is. Take a look at that.
In a row. That's happened twice in a row.
When the next zone touches the current zone, that is by definition.
It is, yes.
Hardship.
I agree. That's a very good point. I'm gonna write that down. When the next zone touches the current zone, it is a hard shift.
Now, if you were already on that building right over there, you'd be like,
you're golden.
Sweet.
You're like, this is great. We win.
But there's no one. There's no one there. D3 is the closest. Mobile Warrior's not gonna have to move either. But I don't really. Oh, they are in the cliffs. Okay, they do have some good cover here, actually.
Oh, Meta 4 crashed into Misfire, and Misfire they crashed their car on accident. And Misfire 2 just
look at
blew them out of the car.
well, look what they did. They Austin powered the car.
Yeah.
They got it literally literally stuck right there.
They go in there and then they all try to jump out, and then right when they jumped out, it blew up. So.
Yeah, you've got that.
I bet you they are not too happy about that.
Certain amount of delay when you jump out of a car before you can actually like do anything.
Well, it looks like they're not completely done though, because there's only 2 of them, because FP and Mommy iOS is still alive, but still losing 2 of their players.
That's why you don't normally send all your players in one vehicle.
Yeah, I mean that's smart on their part. They lost 2 of their players, but not all of them.
Yeah, there's like some weird technique on PC PUBG where like when you get out of the driver's seat of a vehicle, there's like a 1.5 second like delay before you can shoot your gun. But if you switch to a different seat and then get out, it's like instant. Yeah. So like instead of jumping out of the driver's seat, you just hit like the change seat button and then hit the get out button, and then you can actually shoot like as you're in the air, like jumping out of the vehicle.
Yeah,
it's really weird. Is AB still alive? AB is still alive.
Yes, they are. Autobots is still alive.
They got 3 kills. All 4 players alive. They're taking some shots from
New Hampshire
and Sweats, and they're not quite in zone, so
they're right on the edge. Yeah, which New Hampshire's holding them for the zone, and Sweats at an angle on the other side.
Rain decides she didn't like the Goodyear on that Dacia, so she took care of it. OUTcast Alpha helping out Autobots right now, shooting New Hampshire in the booties. Advisory.
Okay.
Advisory. He's DPing their booties right now.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah. In only one way, with the LMG.
The DP?
He's the LMG DP, not the DP you're thinking of.
Yeah, no one wants to get a DP in the booty.
Well, I don't know about no one, but
most people, I guess.
Maybe not. There's got to be one person out there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've seen it, but you know,
delete this VOD immediately.
Delete the VOD. I know nothing. I heard nothing. I see nothing.
There was no clips tonight until you said that.
Now there's 40 clips.
And then there's 53 clips being made right now.
Of the same thing.
This is kind of rough. I mean, I feel bad for Autobots. Like, they don't have any options. They have to come over that hill because of zone. Forsaken Gaming kind of giving them a little bit of a pressure relief valve, though, as they're pushing OUTcast Alpha right now. Oh my God, Trick! That was like, you know a Kobe. I'm gonna that should be called a Jordan. He literally like high jumped the wall and shot the player as he was flying over the wall. I could just imagine his tongue out while he's doing that, you know? Good old MJ style.
That was pretty impressive.
Alright, it's popping off now. It's been a little bit slow up to this point, but this is one of those zones where you're going to just have constant fighting now, because besides a pile of rocks here and there, there's not really much else. Oh. Almamont wants to push GME, but it's third-partied from, I think, Thirst for Points. Speaking of Thirst for Points, basically the only team in the zone right now.
This is I love kind of ruins. It's so hard to really hold it down and define everybody. You can squeeze so many people into ruins and have no idea where anybody's at. It seems like there's always like you get 50 people in here, all of them prone, and have no idea where anybody's at.
It's like Kill House, but with grass.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Forsaken Gaming just gets finished off, probably in 10th place. Darth Odin coming in, buying a ticket. If you guys also aren't following Darth Odin, you need to fix that immediately.
Really? Oh, let me open up my Twitch.
All right, free ride right there into the zone. Got J7 and Starlight for Sweats. Ooh, that nade. Spec able to just kind of brush that off. Poppy Zeo gets knocked. Oh, he was still way out in the blue. I guess maybe they only had a buggy, so they could only send 2 players in. I'm on the edge of my seat here. We got 6 teams still, 13 players. And literally, like Pickford just said, they're all like around these broken wall structures.
Yeah, it's so hard to find people. I don't know what if it's because every time that we have I do a scrim with it ends here, it seems like there's always a ton of people all hiding and no one can find each other. I don't know if it's just the game or how it looks, but this seems to be the meta for ending in ruins.
Well, it's hard to push, like, let's say for instance, Sweats knows exactly where Thirst for Points is, but they can't really push them because they're going to get shot from like 4 different angles if they run over there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then you got GME trying to get some smokes out and push to zone. It looks like they're just about 26 to 30 meters outside of zone right now. As it looks like the players have adapted pretty well to the change in the timing of smokes. They just learned that they just have to throw them a little bit earlier.
Ooh, T for P is running right through the mobile wars. Well, now GME will come in from the side along with mobile to get out T for P.
And then there were 2.
Oh, you want to bet who wins this one?
I think Korn has it.
Go for it, Cole. You got this, bro. You got this. All right, he's got one.
See?
Let's go, Korn. Let's go.
Oh, no. Oh.
Come on, you got this, Cole. You got this. Cost him the 8 points for first place.
Corn! I called it!
Did he do it?
I called it! Best caster NA. Is not me,
clip that.
but yeah, bro, that is...
Clip that. That doesn't get clipped, then there's no highlights. That was
Then you'll know that OUTcast Media is a fake channel that has 50 viewers, and not a single person would clip that.
I'll put
Corn.
Corn's coming on Friday.
I've never even heard of this player before. I don't think.
Corn was RIPD Corn. That was one of the best plays I have ever seen. That was a great play. Kudos. He did get 3 kills, but 2 of them were right there at the very end. What a great play by Corn.
And not only 2 of them at the end, right? But arguably the 2 best players in the match.
Yes.
Between Starlight and was that J7 or Spec?
J7 Spec.
They both have 7s in their name, and it's very confusing because I'm dumb. But anyway, Ghost Melee Elite. Winner, chicken dinner.
What?
There you go.
I mean, Ghost, we're going to have those guys. We're going to have those guys.
Now, I just want to say, not only was I right about Corn winning that, but it just reinforces the point that I've been making for weeks, that any team in these scrims can beat any other team.
Well, it's funny you should say that. One of the stats I did use, but that I had circled was, so we've had 36 teams in here, right? 16 out of the 36 teams have at least 1 chicken dinner.
16 out of 36? Almost half.
And now it's 17 out of 36. I don't think GB was one of them. So almost half the teams have at least 1
That's really close
dinner.
to half.
That's
like 47%.
Well, I think now it's going to be because I don't think GB was one of them before this. I think it's now 17 out of 36, which is 1 less than half. Have at least 1 chicken dinner.
That's crazy.
So that just kind of shows that. And of course, then 7 out of 36 have won a scrim total.
Do you have a stat close by of which team has the most chicken dinners?
I don't have the one with the most chicken dinners, but I have the most points. The teams that average the most points per scrim. But I can tell you who has the most chicken dinners in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, do that, I'm going to run down the rest of the score sheet here.
You do that.
So, Sweats ends up in 2nd place, and they had I can do math, 14 kills. So, I mean, dominant performance there. Just, I don't know what happened at the end, but they just died, and Corn clutched. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
What is this, Metaphor Black?
Yeah, it's Metaphor
with Elmamont,
Black,
right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, they don't have Dark, so that's the only player I look for. Like the only one I know. I know BBC is on Metaphor, and I know Dark is on Metaphor Black. But they did have 5 kills in 3rd place. Thirst for points, a decent enough performance there. 4th place, only 3 kills. We'll see if that's enough for them to hold on to their. Would they have a 1-point lead or something like that? 10 HP coming in 5th.
SpaceX had a 5-point lead of TFP.
Okay, so I'm back in history after match 2 when they had a 1-point lead.
Yeah.
Mobile Warriors coming in 6th. Nice work there, and Just for Fun coming in 7th. I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of these screenshots, and Pickford's going to let us know which team has the most chicken dinners so
I'll
far.
Give you the top 5. The number one
season.
The team with the most chicken dinners is SpaceX with 12.
Nice.
Then you have in 2nd place T for P with 9. Forsaken Gaming in 3rd with 8. Also with 8 tequila shots. And then surprisingly in 5th, a team that didn't play tonight, and we know about their bipolar scoring, is Villains with 5 chicken dinners. Villains, as we said, they're a team, even though they are overall coming in today in 8th place because they have such a huge. They're either in 1st place, I say either 1st place or 15th, it seems.
Yeah. If we need Scrim Season 3, if we need another prize category, I think we should have like a chicken bucket prize or something for the team with the most chicken dinners. And speaking of individuals that deserve prizes, we got Darth Odin dropping the 200 bits. Thank you for that. We're going to go to a quick ad or 2, and then we'll come back and wrap things up. We'll get the final unofficial scores, and then we have the Claw Sock giveaway. So if you don't have your ticket yet, ! ticket in chat will get you a free ticket if you've been watching and you've accumulated some brownie points. You can obviously buy extra tickets as well. We'll be giving away some Mobile Gaming Core Claw Socks right after this. All right, we're back. We got Pickford, we got me. That was a heck of an end for tonight's matches.
That was excellent.
We
And that
got
was one of the
chat
best
going
plays I've
nuts
ever
right
seen.
now, saying Corn is goated and
That's right,
everything else you could
goats.
imagine.
That was awesome.
Rain is in disbelief. Elusive says Corn is super sus. Yes, clearly. Now, okay, now we have a request to play Give Elusive Finger Socks. Okay. Bro,
Is that a
Elusive,
song?
how many tickets do you have? No, it's not is that a song? What?
Like, can we get like a song for that? Someone write that song for us?
Yes.
His socks.
Who do we have who's musically talented? Couldn't it be C-Dub?
CW, yeah, he was in a band, wasn't he?
Yeah, once upon a time, I kept getting demoted to farther and farther until eventually I had to play bass. So you know how that goes.
Oh, rip! I play
Oh,
bass.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
that hurts.
Yeah. No, actually, I enjoyed playing bass. It is kind of hard to go from lead guitarist to bass, though. Your popularity points at the end of the night definitely drop a bit.
You don't get as many womens. It's
Definitely
better,
not as many
you know.
free
It's
drinks.
better than getting demoted to, carrying the drum kit.
So, like merch sales.
Not playing the drum kit, carrying the drum kit.
Right,
different.
right. Well, so still had to do that and play the bass. That's I was one of the only people responsible enough to have enough money to own a PA.
Oh, well, that's how you never get kicked out of the band. They'll never kick you out of the band if you own the PA.
Exactly. That's why Brownie's still here too. I mean, if you own the org, I mean, they're not going to kick you off the team.
Yeah, you can't kick you out. Like that's smart. So what
Oh,
an
Lord.
excellent ending that was. That was chocked full of excitement.
One of them good old
Yes.
ruins endings.
Good old Riz ending in. Homie coming through at the very end, clutching it. It was so awesome. I loved it.
Tell you what, there's been a lot of weird endings lately, not just here, but other places. I had one the other day, and it was ended on that long pier at Ferry Pier. Actually, like I've never had one in there before. That
It
made
ended
for an
on the
interesting fight.
pier.
on the pier, like the base of the pier, like where it actually goes into the water, that was the end of it.
That's insane.
Which was, yeah, it was nice. Not like way out on the far end, but definitely on the pier. But good stuff.
Definitely. Delusion. Buying 10 tickets. There we go. Everyone's buying
not
tickets and
delusion.
Elusive is getting upset. He's like, stop buying all the tickets.
You're ruining my percentages.
My tickets. Let me add the thing here real quick. Browser.
Oh, have we had a chance to talk about the about this week's HyperX giveaway at all?
We did
These
early.
goggles. These goggles.
The goggles. The gamer goggles.
The gamer goggles, yes, the gamer goggles. Yeah, I've actually been having to do a little bit of research on them. I wasn't super up on the info, but one of the two models is actually pretty cool. They had.
We'll throw the image up here on. I don't know. Is the image? I'm guessing that you use the actual model that they're giving away, or is there a choice of models? Because I know they have like 4 or 5 different. So you get to pick, like if the kind of chunkier frame isn't your brownie, put a plug in it, bro. I was gonna say that sounded like you just opened a can of something. Shh. Child-friendly stream. So if this style that you see on screen right now doesn't really suit you, there is another style that you can pick. And if you head over to, or if you type !HyperX in chat, it should get you a link. You can follow the link, and then you can go find all of the products. And also, if you head !Discord and go to the Discord, Sita might be kind enough to actually provide a more specific photo there for you. That's rude. I heard every time he shows up in chat, he just automatically wins.
Most disappointing moment in Outcast history may have just gotten replaced by J7 and
Yeah, did that match?
Yeah.
Now, not disappointing. You know how we've been like saying on the ticket numbers all night that we shot up to 112 tickets right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
that's how it was. Monday we were scared of it, and then all of a sudden it like quadrupled in like 2 minutes.
There still is only
Like-
37 entrants though. And there's 50 plus people watching right now. So
there's at least 13 people who could have a good, if they just put ticket, could get a ticket.
yeah, I mean, it's a ! Ticket. It's a free ticket. Hopefully, you might hear this before the ticket's drawn. Probably not at this point, but
No.
Anyway, next time on Friday, the first ticket's free. You might as well, get a free shot. And every 20 minutes you watch, you basically earn enough points to buy a ticket. I think that's how it works out.
That's correct. Yes, every 20 minutes is enough. So you get 1 ticket per minute in 10-minute intervals. So every 10 minutes you get 10 tickets. Points, and points cost. Jesus. Tickets cost 20 points.
You would think the person that set that up would know the numbers, but rip my brain. Yeah, that was a heck of an ending of a match. So Friday, we'll do this all again. But there will be, a bigger prize. I don't think I've ever had a chance to say this to anybody except Pickford. I'm feeling a little short-changed here, being in the middle of the week. Where, like, I mean, all I've ever got to give away on stream is claw socks, which, don't get me wrong, it's a great product and a great prize. But what is with Mondays and Fridays getting big prizes to give away? And Pickford and I are here on
Monday
Wednesdays.
doesn't get anything.
Oh,
They-
Monday got the opener. The
they
season
did?
opener was.
Oh,
They
the,
gave
well, the
them-
opener.
Yeah.
The season opener had one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, part of it is like we didn't find out until very late Monday. Like,
Part of
what
it
we
is
are
is
giving away.
Duke's
We-
the favorite caster. I think is part of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's
Everyone loves.
They said so. We have to tell him. We have to tell him
Dookie.
that, or
Yeah,
else he's
we
gonna
do,
quit.
We do have to let him know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
sometimes we don't get to find out what the giveaway actually is until Tuesday-ish, sometimes Wednesday.
Why don't you just pick
Um,
something and then tell HyperX that, hey, we gave away a PC, so send it. Here
It'd
you
be
go.
cool if the world worked like that.
I did that. I did that one time, and I just got slapped on the hand just a little bit, but I might have got the insinuation that that I would get slapped harder next time. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to give away the charge play clutch," and I was like, "We're going to give away the base," and we did.
I
yeah,
did
it
that
worked
last
out okay.
Wednesday, and I mean it's only claw socks, and honestly, I would have mailed the package of claw socks myself if I needed to, but I thought 1,000 followers was worthwhile.
I agree.
Yeah, and Chris from Mobile Gaming Corps absolutely agreed, 100%.
Cool.
So we appreciate him
Hey,
for that.
by the way, I was listening to the stream, and I heard you guys talking about a couple things, so I think I should provide an answer to your questions. Number
We
one.
did not talk about anything, so
Oh,
go
you
ahead.
sure? You certainly did.
I was
well,
muted the
number
whole
one.
time. I deny everything.
Number one, Samson is no longer on Thirst for Points, so that answers your question. She's
What?
no longer on that team.
Hold on. Let me do some DM.
Wait. Pickford has to send a DM real quick.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
She's on OUTcast already?
Number two.
She's on
No.
OUTcast already.
Number two, villains disbanded as well, so that's why there's no more villains. There you go. There's your two
Hendrix,
infos.
let me DM him too.
We're gonna have the 16th Misfire Squad showing up here. Anyway,
We can barely
thank you
form one
for
now.
the updates on the ins and outs of the current teams and rosters. So that explains why we have not seen Samson around for at least a week.
Or villains.
And well, good luck to her with whatever she does next, and same thing to all the villains players. So what else we have to talk about? We got
Giveaway.
Of course.
6, 7, 8. We got 3 weeks left after this week, right?
But no.
Two.
This is week 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Am I-
So two.
I think this is week 6. This is week 6.
Oh,
So
2
my
weeks
God.
left.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yes, sir.
TikTok.
Why did I think last week was the 4th week? I'm dumb. Okay, cool. You are right though. That was 2 weeks ago that we had the mid-season because, because last week, because I dumped all my tickets on the mid-season headphones, didn't win, and then I saved all my tickets for a week and I dumped them all last week for the charge play base and didn't win. I think this is rigged.
Rigged.
It's
Sus.
Rigged.
Yeah. You and about 80% of the chat do believe that. What's funny though is the people who keep saying it's rigged are trying to convince other people not to put their tickets in, and then they're dumping all their tickets in the last minute. Elusive
Who's
concept.
saying it's rigged?
This
Elusive did-
they
Elusive
learned
did
everything they
say-
know on
Hold on.
media
No.
and elections. You just tell the public what the outcome is going to be, and then at the last minute, it switches. Anyway,
Elusive did say to everybody in Mesfire, anybody that put in a ticket would get beat up. So
beat up.
Elusive is a misfire
Yeah.
member, and he's calling
Yeah.
the giveaways rigged.
yeah, that is a good point. Everyone but him. Everyone's one but him.
And he's
Yeah,
also
well,
he's also saying everyone who's buying tickets right now is bullies. Hey, if you guys just want, let me say this right now. If you guys want claw socks, go to mgcgaming.com and buy some and save 10% off when you use the code NICK. You can have your very own claw socks. Or you could win them tonight. Right now, I think C-Dub is pushing the button, or about
Getting
to.
pretty close. Have we done scores yet?
No, do we have
I mean,
scores?
they're done.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
They're
they're
done.
done. Yeah.
I never got a
Yep.
DM. I get a DM every time, but this time,
Well, I
no
mean,
DM.
I would have, but my. So.
Likely story. No way! Are you kidding me? Sweats? What?
No!
They did.
Damn you, Sweats!
They pulled it out.
It's
They-
the
Damn.
44 kills that did it.
Pull out game is strong. with sweats. 44 kills, and I mean they had a chicken dinner too. Let's not forget that on
And cheered
And a throw.
Sandhawk.
And a big throw.
And a big throw. But they're in that big throw. They got second place with like 14 kills or something. So like, I mean, they still accumulated some pointage there. Now, here's an interesting thing. Remember when you used to say 100 points was dominating a 3-match scrim? They barely broke 100 in a 4-match scrim.
There you go. But what does it tell you?
That's a very competitive scrim, is what that tells you. Because just 13 points back, we got second place, Thirst for Points, and then SpaceX, about, 19 points back from them in third. And then Forsaken Gaming in fourth. OUTcast Alpha slipped to fifth. They were in fourth, I think, going into that last match. D3 Embassy, who we talked to tonight, ends up in sixth. Just for fun, we saw a lot of action from them. I'm thinking specifically on Miramar and that last Durango match. They end up in seventh. Autobots in eighth. Ghost Melee Elite, a team that we haven't really seen with a lot of high, top 10 finishes, but they are in ninth here tonight. Aurora in 10th. Men of 4 ends up in 11th. Forsaken Red in 12th. We'll hop over to page 2 where we see Mobile Warriors. 10 HP, OUTcast Bravo. That'll be the top 15th. Then Tequila Shots in a kind of surprise disappointment finish.
Yeah,
there
they're
at
not gonna like
16th.
that. They're not gonna like that finish.
Metaphor Black in 17th. Misfire 18th. Meeseeks Academy 19th. SpaceX Red. The most sus play of the night, Navy in 20th. Nobody's Hero in 21st. Unzipped in 22nd. 4OM in 23rd. I don't think Cosmos played tonight. I know they were on the list, but I don't remember seeing them a single time at all. And I mean,
No, well, they would have gotten at least 1 point.
yeah, I
if they
don't
played
think
at
you
all.
can get 0 points if you at least showed up.
No, they checked in, but they didn't show up.
It's kind of like that first ticket that was free that you forgot to buy because you didn't type !ticket quickly
Excellent point.
enough.
Speaking
Speaking of, let's see before you pull. I just want to see how many tickets. Oh, never mind. You already closed it. How many tickets were bought?
There's 132 have been bought.
Cool.
About
132.
About 40 entrants.
Nice.
Well, I have one of them.
All right.
All right.
Let's
Drum
go.
roll, and then we're gonna just.
Timeless Punisher tries to enter it now.
but he cannot type.
Alien.
I think you should just. Can you just
Oh,
manually give
elusive.
him? No! What?
Elusive.
No! Congratulations. I'm glad.
Every single member of Misfire has won a giveaway.
You won.
I'm actually glad Elusive won after all of the struggle and heartache and passion that he put into entering this giveaway as many times as he possibly could.
Is
had
this giveaway still rigged?
% chance, and the giveaway officially rigged because it's only Misfire players, it seems like, that win.
Or former Misfire players. But that's true. I'm not sad, but you can put that as a recruitment tool. You like to win free stuff?
It's that
He says,
Papa,
I win, suck it.
Papa Pickford coming through
Papa
again.
Pickford coming through. So, can we who are we going to raid this? Can we raid Floppy Jimmy?
Who?
Don't know who that is.
Floppy
He's a
Jimmy,
stream-
is it?
he's a streamer?
This
Is
starting
that-
to turn a lot into a Friday night streamer? I know we've had something about DPs and the backside, and then we had something
Hey,
about about a strong pullout game.
I just call what I see on the screen in front of me.
He
Right?
was hitting it. He was using a DP, but a lot of shots in his butt. And that's all he said.
No,
I think we can go raid.
they were just getting DP'd from behind.
Floppy
Now,
Jim,
in my slim weak defense, I've had 5 hours of sleep the last 2 nights, so it's a little bit of that, tiredness.
I think that's what you do. FLOPPY Jimmy.
I think we can get a
Tell him
raid
Pickford
for.
Loopy.
I mean, we could do WPGN as well. Next.
Red Eyes is
fellow
on.
MGC brand champion.
Red Eyes is on my list. PG's on. Just
Yeah, let's
looking
hit
at-
PG. You haven't hit PG, I don't think. Or if we have, it's been a long time.
Okay.
We hit Red Eyes last week. Let's do
That
it.
is true. I'm just saying
Okay,
who
now
I
go
saw.
for it.
Because last time we had one picked and then Red Eyes came on. And then Brownie said, halt, stop, full, send to Red Eyes. So just wanted to make sure that we had that. All right, so we're going to end it here. We will hit that raid. You guys will be back Friday. You don't want to miss it. Those glasses. Whew. I want to win those glasses. I asked HyperX for a
I
pair of those
bet.
glasses, and I think they pretty much just said no. So I'm going to have to try to win them myself. You guys are going to have to be in chat, and you're going to have to try to win them from me, or I'm going to pull an elusive, get all the tickets, and win them for myself. And I think right after we end stream here, I'm going to talk to Pickford about officially joining Misfire, so I get some of that good luck. And with that, anything else to say, gents? I'll take that as a
Hey,
no. Well,
Yeah, Floopy who? I'm looking for him.
We got
What?
PG.
Okay. No,
All right, we'll see you
I'm trying to
Friday.
Find this person. Bye.
Oh, okay.